week of us stupidly trying to bumble our way through this shit while making it more professional. We've got new software, so if you're watching live, which I hope you are, you better be. Are you watching live? Can you see us?
I'm watching live.
Better. I'm watching live, but that's because I'm here. Jay has new toys, which is always worrying, because whenever Jay gets new toys, he abuses the living shit out of them.
Okay, let's not get personal.
What's the issue with getting personal?
You're gonna see how buzzing in a minute. That's all you hear. It's like,
Oh god.
But yes,
Until
we
they
have
leave
new
your phone on
toys.
vibrate.
We have upgraded our software a little bit so that we have our logo, we have little bits and pieces. You can actually see our names now, so you can see Stefan's ridiculous names every week. And
just as it's going to change, I'm going to change for next season. I'm going to do something different.
Oh, God's sake.
Don't worry,
And Jay can now pop up these little notifications, so you can get all of the information that we usually spiel and splurge into your ear holes at the end. You can see that throughout the stream, because Jay will be popping it up on the screen every once in a while.
professionalism.
Professionalism is what we do.
That's what we
Professional?
we do not do.
We are professionally unprofessional.
Unprofessionally special.
We've got a new format. We normally wait until next season to start new formats and experimenting with new things. But Kyle insists that we do it. I was thinking that Kyle forgot to.
I did not insist. I simply said, I've got something to try, an experiment, and you guys went, okay.
Oh, we just assumed that you were doing it anyway because you just do what you want. You do what
Very
you want.
true.
We just agreed. And with the new software, I was going to say, why don't we wait to use new software for next season? And it could be something new. And then Jay was like, oh, we're doing it. And sent a different link. And I was like,
God damn it.
So we're just going with it.
So yeah, we're just going with it. We're doing new shit. new shit. That's how I'm starting to censor myself instead of saying shit. I'm saying
new
shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And
Your shit in a shirt.
And everybody's got white or beige backgrounds apart from me, who's got blue.
Actually, mine's Magnolia.
It looks whitey beige.
You still will all have pale walls and backgrounds. It's just you've got a massive black curtain behind you.
Where's Jordan?
Basically, John's having a date night with Beth, so he's not here now.
Jordan's being told he's not allowed.
What is Nitro Apex 6 on Twitch?
I'm pretty sure that's Jordan's.
That's a comment.
So
what do you mean?
that's the
What is
pop-up
Nitro
thing.
Apex 6 on Twitch?
No, it's because we haven't seen the new comment thing pop up
Yeah, no.
yet, and I was confused as to whether it was something Jay had just written up. But no,
it had a
actually
Twitch
is.
logo and everything, dude.
It had a
It's
Twitch.
not that advanced.
I know, but I was confused. I thought he might have been advertising Jordan like a Twitch just for the fucking shits and giggles of it, and forgotten that it wasn't ours or something.
Imagine if it was Jordan's and he was actually live on Twitch. That'd be him definitely out.
You know that Jay only shamelessly self-promotes us.
Yeah, true. And himself.
We've had entire episodes about it.
Yeah.
I'm quite relaxed when it comes to self-promotion.
No,
I know. I'm about to say
No.
I'm the one that was shouting there saying
You've literally
sponsor
just put
us.
it on screen.
Shameless plugs.
I don't self-promote. Follow us on Twitch.
Shameless. Of course.
Where's Frank Gallagher? Because this is absolutely shameless.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jesus.
Oh, hold on. He's
Bullshit
there.
as well,
He's
though.
there.
What?
No, he's
I'm
Charles
not nearly
Manson.
pissed enough.
He's
I'm not
Charles Manson. You've been a Charles Manson.
It's
I don't
weird
like
getting
the
used to
choice
this
was Jesus
backwards.
and Charles Manson.
I am pointing at him, aren't I?
Yeah, you are pointing.
Yes,
at
you
us.
are.
I didn't want to look like an absolute special point in the opposite direction.
Just like, oh no, that is the right way.
It's backwards. It's so weird. Oh, no,
I'm gonna
Jay,
fuck Tino
that
up
way.
and just move him.
Oh, no, you dick.
I'm
Wait,
moving.
Oh no, how do you do that? Hi, Kyle.
over there.
Hi, Stefan. I'm on the bottom now.
Oh, this
You're
new
looking at me about
song
boys.
is amazing.
Jay's got way too much control now.
I have so
Oh,
much
no.
power. I
Big
have
Tino,
so
big.
much power.
I have the power.
Hiya, Tino.
Hello.
Why
dear
does
Lord.
anyone indulge in this shit?
You.
I mean,
don't
you
know.
can
You that
literally
did
ask
it.
them. We've got people watching. Everybody, why do you watch this shit? Don't zoom in on me when I'm fixing my hair. How dare you?
Why do you think I hide my hair?
I haven't got any hair.
Is that just a wig? Stylish wig.
It's just a wig, yeah. It's my toupee. It's
When he
got
says
that-
he's got to get a cut off for the wedding, it's literally just a case of
It's gonna take. I'll just take off your wig.
just pull at the double-sided sticky tape.
Fun.
It's not taped up.
Anyway, Stefan, you had something. You had a topic. So
If we are not doing, if you're doing your own thing and we're not doing topics, then that is fine.
no, I will still be doing topics. My thing is like a little experiment at the start, which will culminate at the end. Preferably with Jay listening once it's there.
Hold on.
Um,
If we're quiet
Jay
enough,
does-
we can eavesdrop.
Okay.
okay. Hello.
Turn this into.
I don't think we
We
can.
do this all the fucking time.
No, I don't think we can.
He must have walked completely to the opposite end of the house.
He's the one with the settings.
Yeah, I
as well.
think
We
so.
could have turned these settings up. Could have turned his mic up. He controls us, unfortunately. How does this always happen? How does Jay always in charge?
Because Jay's
Jay's
got the
more,
software.
yeah, that.
That's a shit
Right.
excuse.
So, my little experiment, it's just a little toy game for her.
Yeah.
So, it'll probably last all of 2 minutes, which is why we've still got topics. So,
Right.
while we are waiting on Jay coming back and I am sorting out my little experiment, I want to talk to you about our beautiful land of Northumberland. Our lovely, beautiful county, which is apparently, I never knew this, we have a Lord Lieutenant.
A Lord Lieutenant.
A Lord Lieutenant,
you
Jane
learn something
Percy,
new every day.
Jane Percy, Duchess of Northumberland. We also have a High Sheriff,
Who is the High Sheriff?
Thomas Fairfax of Mindrum.
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 Who the fuck's Mindrum?
Yeah, where is that?
I don't know. I've
what's
never
a
heard of
Mindrum?
Mindrum either.
Are you
I need
making
to
words up
go.
again?
No, it's literally Mindrum. It's apparently a village in England.
Is
It's in the district of Berwick upon Tweed. It's now little more than a postal address. It forms the centre of a number of farms. So our sheriff lives in a giant fucking mansion in amongst farms.
I don't like Sheriff. It makes it sound like we live in the Wild West.
I
It's
know. I don't know why
high
it's.
noon,
I don't know
boys.
why it's high sheriff
Town,
as
big
well.
enough for the
I
both
don't
of
get
us.
What is a high sheriff?
It's
Like, is he like the gaffer of all gaffers with the feds?
Yeah, he's
It's-
just bigger than the Low Sheriff.
The High Sheriff is the oldest secular office under the Crown. Formerly, the High Sheriff was the principal law enforcement officer in the county, but over the centuries, most of the responsibilities associated with the post have been transferred elsewhere or are now defunct, so that it functions now largely as a ceremonial position. And the High Sheriff changes every March. So it's just a ceremonial position, basically.
So he don't do shit, much like everybody else with a title in this country.
Yes. And we've got Jane Percy, the Duchess of Northumberland, who served as the Lord Lieutenant since 2009 and is apparently behind the redeveloping of the Annet Garden at Annet Castle. She's also the first woman to serve as Lord Lieutenant of Northumberland, and her husband Ralph is the 12th Duke of Northumberland.
Ralph.
Ralph.
I know.
Why do I feel like he's the kind that will literally sit on a bus and just go, "I'm in danger"?
No, that's a different Ralph.
I mean, aren't all the same?
I don't
She was
think
born in
is that
Edinburgh,
racist
so-
against Ralphs.
Apparently,
Ralphist.
apparently our Lord Lieutenant's net worth is £315 million.
I want to be his friend.
Can we abduct the Lord Lieutenant of Northumberland?
He's not the one in danger. We're the one in danger for chatting shit about him.
No, she. It's Jane Percy.
Oh, she.
It's the
sorry.
Duchess that is the Lord
Chatting shit
Lieutenant.
about her.
But
Where was Jay?
apparently,
He started a podcast and then left.
I know, but
Emergency phone call. I think it might have been to
Yeah.
do with his work.
yeah. Apparently,
Okay.
our ethnicity in Northumberland is 95.4% white British. Which
No.
kind of
Oh, you
makes
mean like
sense,
as a
honestly.
county, not us personally?
No, as a county. Us
Technically, in
personally,
the
it's
past,
100%.
technically in the past, we could have mixed like between Scandinavian and what's Germanic. Is it?
Yeah,
That's probably why Stefan's here.
That's
exactly.
that's what the Norwegians do when their ships get back to port.
Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Apparently, we do have a path that runs 64 miles along the coastline in the county.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Apparently, when west of the North Sea, and a path runs 103 kilometers or 64 miles along its coastline in the county. We lie south to the Anglo-Scottish border, in case anybody didn't know where Northumberland was. It's kind of in the name, north.
I mean, yeah, a lot of people might not know though, dude.
In the past, the border was lower than Newcastle. It was actually just above York.
Yes, my grandparents actually have a knitted map of Northumberland, and it was knitted before they changed the borders, so it actually includes Newcastle in bits and pieces. What we managed to do was see that Newcastle was a shithole and remove it from our county.
Dude,
Even Gateshead did the same.
I mean, I want to stick up for Newcastle, but you're not wrong.
Apparently, our county is noted for its undeveloped landscape of high moorland, now largely protected as national parks. We are also the least densely populated ceremonial county in England, with only 62 people per square kilometre.
Ironically, because they're the most dense people.
Given our like Houses of Parliament are high contenders there.
Oh,
Look at that one.
hold on. Weren't we wanting something from the Queen the other day?
You leave the Queen out of this.
The Queen
told you
is
not
the
asking for that
Queen
before.
is fine. She is not part of the House of Commons, which isn't common and doesn't have anything to do with Commons. So why the fuck's it called the House of Commons? Because all of them are silver spoon-fed bastards.
No, it's because they're meant to be the House of Lords, which are all representatives of the Lords of the land, and that the House of Commons represent the common people. However, the House of Commons could be less out of touch with common people if they tried.
Yep.
So it did work probably thousands of years ago. Well, probably not thousands of years ago, but I don't
will
think
say, though-
cavemen needed common
A
representatives.
couple hundred years ago.
I will say though, I'm reading up a little bit more on Northumberland, and it's fantastic because it's got notable people. Even though we've had people who found Addison's disease, or we've got like physicians and designers, poets, explorers, all these different people. The two people that are at the top of the list, Bobby and Jack Charlton,
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
and also Jackie
In
Milburn.
my hometown.
Yeah.
Well, Jackie Milburn.
And Jay likes to chat shit about football. I was saying they're not important. So that's even better, just because he likes playing hand egg.
Hand egg. He doesn't
You know
even like
what?
playing it anymore. He literally just likes watching it.
I have more respect for rugby after I found out the oranges have oranges.
The oranges.
Oranges.
I found
Origins.
the oranges of rugby. The origins of how rugby and football
Aren't they
came
just
from
in the
one
locker room?
sport to be two separate sports, which I can talk about at length. I've got a lot on this. If it's not going to ruin your,
I'm kind of assuming it was
Well,
something
actually-
to do with so many people were like so bored of it being football and they just decided to pick up the ball and run to the goals.
no, it's honestly it's the opposite, and that's why I have more respect for rugby. It was people going, look, you're going to snap people's legs and that if you keep kicking people in the shins and shit and doing all this shit. And then some people were like, well, fuck you, I want to kick people in the shins, and some people were like, yeah, that fucking hurts. And the yeah, that hurts turned into football, and the fuck you, I want to kick you in the shins turned into rugby, basically.
So basically, rugby's the origins of Hackers Union.
But
I was about
I
to think,
have
yeah, I was just
found
thinking that.
the most epic ball sport ever that is still played today, and it's unbelievable. Where
Is it the-
literally
It's a handy.
gouging
Is-
people's eyes out
Yes,
or biting is not allowed. Anything else you can do.
yes, it's either in Russia or it's in somewhere else, but I'm sure I've seen like Shaolin monks join in and shit like that because it's just you
Kyle?
beat the living shit out of each other.
Kyle,
The ball. I remember reading about this because there was a game where the ball was lost for 20 minutes because everybody was just beating the living shit over each other. The ball didn't move for 20 minutes because everybody was just fighting each other instead of going for the ball.
Wait, isn't that just aggressive golf?
Wait, it's highly aggressive.
Really?
It's
Give a
hackers
lot of
union
sticks.
football taken to the extreme.
You have just said, I'm going to pull you up on this. You said it's either in Russia or it's somewhere else. So you've basically said it's on Earth, or you've basically said it exists.
Well, no, it's like what my brain was thinking was it's either in Russia, and then my brain went, "What's the bit with China, Japan, Korea, and India and everywhere?" And it couldn't think of the word Asia.
Well, I'm going to rule it. It's not in Asia either, but we'll come back to it because I do want Jay to be here because he does rugby. He does like rugby, so it's kind of
Yeah, where is it?
involved in it.
Because
So.
I've read up about it. I just can't remember where
It's
it is.
in
Oh no,
Italy.
it's yes, yes. My brain just clicked. It's in Italy. Oh yeah, I read about it a while ago. It's
Well, I'll
a
come back
beautiful
to it.
sport.
It's a wonderful sport.
We couldn't
were-
play it. It's basically just a mosh pit with a football thrown in.
It's not even that. It's like if there's a death, sometimes then the referee will halt play.
Yeah,
If.
there's been cases
well,
of the
Not if,
ambulance
when,
crews
because there's
going on the
often
pitch.
deaths.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's been cases of ambulance crews going onto the pitch, picking people up, and being assaulted while trying to take people off. I think.
But it's so fucking awesome. It's unnecessarily aggressive as a sport.
Stafford,
It sounds so medieval. Yes.
can I just let you know that your camera is that low down that we saw what you did?
What? Scratch me balls? Am I not allowed to?
It was just a bit off-putting from listening to you. You were just talking and it was like, fuck.
Well, it wasn't. I didn't know.
Wait, it wasn't that aggressive, but
Imagine if you were cursed, where everything you do has to be extremely obvious. So if you have to
what
scratch,
do
you have to go.
you mean?
Yeah.
Isn't that just being on camera? Everything's really obvious.
Wait, yeah, you'd have to act like a proper full-on streamer where everything you do is like exaggerated.
Hold
What is
on,
wrong
let me
with-
just
right.
over-exaggerate, take my headphones off.
17 minutes in and we've already fucked up 2 words. At least.
Basically, yeah.
Anyway.
We're
Carry
doing
on
well
with
if it's
your-
we're doing well if it's managed to last 17 minutes without fucking up 2 words. We usually last 2.
That's a good point.
It's usually me in the intro just mashing the whole intro together.
Anyway, do you want to carry on with what you were saying?
Oh, I've closed the tab now.
Oh,
Let me
well,
find it.
sorry to be an inconvenience.
I know, you're just so inconvenient and just meh.
Why am I mad?
Apparently, we're a non-metropolitan county.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Newcastle's a metropolis?
It's a metropolis.
Wait, that's a bit of an exaggeration.
Yeah, I would
It's a
never call
metropolis.
Newcastle a metropolis. It's got a metro, it's not a metropolis.
That's
I
what
thought
it is,
that
isn't
what I can't even say the bloody word,
That's
but I
what,
can say metropolis.
that's what metropolis is, isn't it? It's the
I think
police
it's got
of
a
the
metro.
No, well,
Is that
basically-
bloke that was shouting at the lassie on the metro saying, "Get off the metro now!"
Fuck's sake.
if you ever need to know anything about Northumberland, just think nearly every single battle that you've heard of that happened in England probably happened up here, honestly. Especially if it had anything to do with the Scottish.
Because the Scottish are always causing trouble. We're fucking sick of it.
I mean, to be fair, quite a lot of our slang came from Scotland.
Yes, this is what people down south don't understand, is that while they were paying us money to guard against the Scots, we were sitting on a wall drinking whiskey and exchanging food and stuff with the Scots.
Don't tell them, you'll spoil it for them.
Meanwhile, the French, according to Monty Python at least, like to throw cows over castle walls.
Listen, let's not get carried away with the French.
I
because
mean, that is biological warfare. That could work.
being French is biological warfare because they never washed it that time either.
Incorrect. During medieval times, people did wash. It just was not as frequently. There were communal baths and stuff you could go to. There were bath houses. It was just that you didn't have a bath or something in your house.
A bath.
A bath. the only people that would have actual baths in the houses would be people like the royalty or like the heads of
They're
the
gonna say the Rock.
village type thing. So they were actually very clean. It's just not as clean as today's
French girl.
standards. But apparently we have things such as a lot of rock art, such as Yves ring bell, and stone circles such as the goat stones and Dodo 5 stones.
The Dodo-fied stones?
The Dodo.
What are the Dodo-fied?
Duddo 5 stones.
So Dodo.
Apparently they are north of Dodo in Northumberland.
North of the Dodo.
Apparently, approximately 4 miles south of the Scottish border, the stones were known as the Four Stones until 1903, when the fifth stone was re-erected to improve the skyline.
Erected.
There was originally
Has
7
Jake gone
stones.
for a wank? No, he's just came back.
He's just been re-erected.
There were originally 7 stones, and the empty sockets of 2 stones being found on the western side during excavation in the
hold on.
1890s.
I know who it is. It's Ryan.
Oh God, there's so many Ryans in this group. Sorry, guys. I am
Not all Ryans are Ryans, though.
not well. Yeah, that's,
Yeah, I'm not a Ryan anymore. I didn't want to be part of that group.
It's disowned the Ryan name.
He's
The
just
government
left Ryan.
now officially recognise me as that.
Tino. Tino.
As
Faustino.
this. Faustino Asparilla.
Does that mean we can just call you Tiny Tino?
Leave his tiny Tino out of this.
I leave my
Personal.
tiny Tino out of this. He's got enough power behind him to get a lass pregnant, so leave him alone.
I was about to say, please tell me you have at least called it that once.
The tiny,
I have,
the
actually.
tiny
I have.
Tino.
I have.
Oh,
Okay, now. Right, Jay, now that you're back, I'm
Hello,
going to
yes.
start the first part of my experiment,
oh,
which is
God,
very
no.
simple.
well, at least
I
we know
ha-
Jay's the first victim.
No, you are all the first victims.
Damn it.
Because I did a random word generation earlier today.
Yes.
God, this can only end so badly.
This, I'm worried already.
You should be.
It's going to
No.
be French. It's going to be French.
Oh, no. Is it?
Bonjour.
Now, this is the
That
case
sounds
of...
French.
I went on a random word generator earlier,
Yeah.
and I've got the word up here. I had to go through it a few times just to make sure that it was a word that I thought could be used and could be half decent. What I want you to do with said word is put it into Google, and during the time of the show, we'll come back to it later in the show. I don't want you to go on the first page of Google, not the 10th page. I want you to go to one of the later pages and try and find
the 11th page.
just find something stupid or ridiculous or funny to do with this word.
I mean, this is what I do every week, whether you ask us to or not.
I know, but I
You
thought
just go, you give us a word, and I'll just do this in my own time. Usually I have a
know.
day to do it, but now I've only got an hour.
There's the thing. I've given you a little bit of time to do it this time, so it's sort of quick. You have to quick do it while doing the show as well, so you can't get fully distracted and just stare at your phone. You have to be paying attention to the show now as well.
Sorry, what? I
So,
didn't hear you.
so the word is lemon.
Lemon.
All right, I
Yes,
already
lemon.
know something about lemons.
Lemons.
So you 3 lemons, which is why I chose it, because it just suited perfectly. You 3 lemons have to find something to do with a lemon.
All
And
right,
it
Harry,
cannot
calm
be a
down, you
lemons
nut
and
with
I
a
can tell you
coconut.
now.
Yes, I am. And it cannot be the first couple of pages of Google. So, for example, I'm going to quickly put it in here, and I'm going to bash myself away to
Don't do that
like
on camera.
to like the 400th page of Google, and I have found an automobile called Lemon.
Yeah.
Before you do that, I do know something about lemons. Is that lemons didn't exist until a few hundred years ago because we crossbred 2 citrus plants to make them, so they're not a natural
Wasn't it
thing.
an orange and a lime?
It wasn't. It was a big citrus fruit that I don't think exists anymore or is really rare, and something else I can't remember exactly. But I can possibly find that.
But no, apparently, a lemon is a vehicle that turns out to have several manufacturing defects affecting
Oh, yeah,
its
it's what we
safety,
would call a
value, or
shitbox.
utility.
It's what we would call a shit box, but it's called lemons.
Yep, it's American English. Any vehicle with such severe issues may be termed a lemon, and by extension, so may any product with flaws too great or severe to serve its purpose. So there you go. So there's like the first quick little thing for you.
Do you
Okay,
know?
so
Do you know?
yes.
You cannot use lemon party.
Oh. So it was a hybrid between a bitter orange and citron.
A citron.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes, a citron.
spelled without the e.
It's a large, fragrant citrus fruit with a thick rind. It basically looks like when a lemon goes off.
Why is side effects of a lemon for female? What?
Wait, what?
I'm
The
on my
side effects?
I'm on my phone, so I just have to go at the bottom and click more results. I can't
Oh,
just
Yes,
click
just-
page
just-
like whatever.
Just spam more results for a bit.
It stopped
So
giving
there
us
you
more
go.
results after like twice.
It's so
I'm stuck
I'm
on how
still
to store
getting
and
them.
freeze lemons.
I'm
And-
currently lemon definition, apparently.
And while we're doing that, so while you guys are doing that, I'm going to move on to the next topic, because this is the thing, you've got to interact with topics while doing
But
it.
hold on, before you do that, can I talk about my? I found the. Oh no. All right. Okay. Never mind.
so I just need to find something interesting about a lemon.
Pretty much.
Just something to do with lemon, the term, something that's happened in history, like something stupid, anything like that. Just something to do with lemon.
You can get 4 organic Spanish unwaxed lemons for £2.25.
Unwaxed.
Wait,
yeah.
Yeah, you wax them. It stops them going off a little bit.
Do you know the really tasty? You don't. This isn't lemons. This is apples. But this is off about this. Do you know when you buy and eat an apple? It's about a year old.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wax kind of.
No, they don't. It's not
They
wax
don't,
on
no.
apples. The only reason you're supposed to rinse apples is for the pesticides. They pick apples, and then you've got to kind of store them because you can't sell like billions of apples straight away. What they do is they store them in places. In Italy, there's 150,000 tons of lemons in a mountain in an abandoned mine, basically, that they've kind of kitted out. What they do is they reduce the oxygen in the place to about 1% so that they don't go off.
So
Store
it
them
just
there for about a
completely
year, then you
stops the
buy it.
decay.
Yeah.
It's the same principle as having a completely air-sealed coffin, so when you open it up, the body's
Yes,
preserved,
Kyle,
like mummies and
yes.
stuff.
They pick apples, put them in an air-sealed coffin, and then wait for a year, and then give you the dead apple.
I mean, I will admit,
Why
I've
are
just
you
got
always
the
making
image.
about death?
I've got the image of a mummified apple in my head. Come on.
Fucking yeah, the ancient Egyptian apples that they're selling as now.
Yeah.
Tutankhamun's,
I mean-
if you're lucky, they're the expensive ones.
I mean, if you get an apple seeds don't. I can't remember the proper term, but basically, if you get a Granny Smith apple and
I
plant
can't
it,
speak
and
fucking English, well.
and
I'm not going
plant
to read
it.
this out loud and shit.
Won't necessarily get a Granny Smith apple tree. It will always. It doesn't
Oh.
have a set DNA sequence. You will get just a random apple tree.
Kyle, I'm on the
What?
stupid part of the internet already. I've got all limes, unripe lemons. No, they're not.
See, this is why I've done this, because it will cause hilarious insinuations and stupidity. While you do
Fuck's
that,
sake.
would you like to hear something extremely impressive and which sums up carnivals in the olden days?
No, I want to talk about rugby, but you made us talk about lemons.
Well, talk about rugby while you're searching.
Rugby
lemons.
balls kind of look like lemons.
There you go.
If you
see,
paint a
there's
rugby
your link.
ball orange, is it an unripe lime?
What?
Well, they said our lemons unripe limes.
I mean, you could probably go for it. Try it. See if you. Should we see if we can sell a rugby ball painted yellow as a large lemon?
I mean, I don't see why not.
I mean, I've seen people sell a lot weirder things.
That's true. I've seen someone sell a doll's head.
I've seen somebody sell feet pictures.
Yeah, true.
I've seen someone sell their own bath water, so it's fine.
Don't
Yeah,
even
that's
give her a shout out. She doesn't even deserve it.
Kyle,
If you want to buy our bath water, please follow us.
I'm going through
No.
my stuff, my topics, Kyle, here, and I haven't found a lemon, but what's just caught my eye is I do have a page on Lancelot Fleming.
Lancelot Fleming.
Yes.
What a name.
Right, Jay, you're going to love this.
Oh, God.
Because what on about your favourite sport?
We are on about your favourite sport.
I don't like it when I say so. You're going to love this, and I never do.
So,
I'm loving it with no
That's-
milkshakes.
no.
No bottled water. You know what really pisses me off? Right? I went to McDonald's the other day, right? It's among the whole finasco of the run out of milkshakes, yeah?
Yeah,
Did you just say finasco instead of fiasco?
Yeah.
He did.
Let's not question
Finasco.
Jay right now.
Don't question my logic. Don't question my reasoning.
Don't
God,
assume he has
question
logic and
English.
reasoning.
Basically, right? Basically left. There was a sign that says, "Oh yeah, due to shortages,
Shortages.
due to shortages, we cannot offer milkshakes, fruit shoots, bottled water. Go to a fucking cash and carry and buy bottled water then.
Hold
Go
on, can
buy
I
some
just say?
mushrooms and milk yourself milk. Make yourself some milkshakes.
Can I just say, right?
You just
If
shouting
McDonald's is having a shortage of fruit shoots and the Premier Inn isn't, you know something's fucked up somewhere.
Actually, that's a good point. I went to McDonald's the other day and they literally had none of the kids' drinks
Right, are you ready?
available at
I'm
all.
livid with Mackie D's as well, because obviously, as you know,
They didn't have fruit bags either.
Monopoly's just came back, right? So I went last night.
You can't get your free McFlurry
No, because the fucking dates on them are like 3-4 months ago. Like the expiry date.
because of COVID.
I couldn't give a flying shit.
Yeah, that's a bit shit.
I want to be able to get me big tasty wrap. I think that's what it was. But no, it ran out in fucking April.
Sounds a bit shit. Does that mean if someone wins the... I know nobody will because it'll be given to like whoever runs the factory's
sorry.
daughter or something. But if you
Who runs
if you
the
manage to-
factory's daughter?
like whoever
Mini
whoever
Cooper.
runs the factory, their daughter will probably be given the one that gives them like £100,000 or some shit.
Or a
Because they
Mini
can
Cooper.
just pick and choose. Does
Right,
that mean
okay.
that'll already be expired as well? So you can't hand that in.
You can't hand it in for your Mini
So
Cooper.
you just can't win anything from the McDonald's monopoly anymore.
Nah.
Right, he's ready. So,
Does anybody actually know anybody who won anything other than food from the McDonald's monopoly?
no,
Me. I run a hotel in Fort Williams in Scotland.
you want a hotel?
Jay,
I run a stay at a hotel.
Oh,
I'm
that's a
about
bit
to
different.
say.
Jay,
What
why is your
happened to all the
screen
money?
went black?
I thought the top prize was a mini. Jay, you turned your light off.
Yeah, power cut. Hey!
Jay, that's not you.
The great thing
I've
is,
seen you before.
the great thing is, right, is Jay's name, even his initial, literally says Jay.
I know.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
love
to
it.
be fair, it's a little J as well, so it's
I hate you.
I love you.
Jay, are you still at the mic? Are you going to put your screen on?
Oh god, I'm.
He's got to go and do the fuse, I think, which is across the
Uh-huh.
room.
Oh, is that his genuine power cut?
I think he's genuinely. I think his fuse has been blowing a lot recently, so I think he's genuinely had his fuse blow again.
Ah.
No, I'm just playing with the settings of this.
All right, okay. Well, I'm going to talk to you about
okay.
rugby.
I
So
thought it was
rugby-
something serious.
Rugby and football were two things. So rugby football was codified at rugby school. And basically there were many rugby playing countries that had pre-existing football games that weren't too far off. That included New Zealand, Australia, Japan, Georgia, the Scottish Borders. Cornwall had a different kind. Central Italy, South
Hold on.
Wales, East Anglia, Ireland, and
Can I
there
just
was
put in
ancestral
there?
Gaelic football. Yes.
Did you say Georgia?
Did I say Georgia?
Aye.
Yes, I
Did you
did.
say yes?
Isn't
They
that
had,
a
they had a
state?
game called Lilo Bertie, which was similar to football or rugby football at the time.
Georgia is
isn't that
a
state?
Georgia is a city and also a country or something, isn't it? It's like a. It's
No, Georgia is a country.
Americans
Oh.
stole it.
I'm sure Georgia's a
Just
country.
like they've stolen nearly
And
everything.
dude, even if
Yes.
it isn't, you're arguing that Georgia isn't a country, but there's also East Anglia
Put an announcement out on the website.
So us.
Something.
and Cornwall. Cornwall ain't a country, but Cornish Kerning
Stay in the
is
base, not
Cornish
the basin,
I mean, I suppose if Cornwall could be a different country.
Yeah, so basically it was massively Aggressive in 1531, Sir Thomas Eliot wrote that English football is nothing but beastly fury and extreme violence.
Where did it go wrong?
Well, it went wrong in 1823.
Damn
So
it.
in 1823, they formed. I'm going between three tabs here, so you may have to be a little bit patient. So in 1823, they formed
Yes, we try to be professional, and Stefan's now with 3 different tabs. Thinking, oh
the
shit.
rules for the rules for football. Now, at this
Now, you're
point,
going and sniffing your microphone like a.
yeah, at this point, everything went awry basically because the Francis Mole Campbell of Blackheath didn't want to agree to this because one of the rules that were written in were that hacking was banned. Now, hacking is what we would call an intentional bad foul in football now. Just somebody's hacked someone if they intentionally tripped them or kicked them or... Yeah, you know what I mean?
Aye.
But as specifically, the tactic involved in tripping an opposing player by kicking their shins. The dispute basically led to some teams going, no, we want to do it, and splitting off, and some teams going, well, it's ridiculous. And I agree it was ridiculous because it wasn't only kicking people in shins, it was like people would kick each other in the shins till there was blood. They'd literally kick the shit out of each other. And the people would put like small metal spikes or studs on the front of their shoes to do more damage.
So basically, they'd be wearing cleats.
Pretty much, but with a
Yeah.
spike on the front, not just the bottom. But yeah, it is the practice of hacking in English football games had been around for several years and was not exclusive to rugby. Hacking was used in rugby as a way to get the ball carrier at the ground where it was also legal to hack the first player on the ruck. Seems a bit harsh. Often in rugby, before the introduction of referees, hacking was also used as a method to punish players who were offside. So before referees turned up, if you went offside, somebody kicked the shit out of your shins until they bled. That's
Sounds
a
about
bit
right,
hot.
aye.
I think blowing the whistle and giving a free kick's a bit more fair.
This is why rugby's a better game than football.
You're not allowed to hack in rugby anyway. Section 10D.
Fuck the rules. Rules are made to be broken.
Anyway,
Hackers Union.
it's funny. Right, this is basically there was a big disagreement. Hacking was attempted to be prohibited, and the unified rules. So at the beginning of the Football Association, following complaints about the violence of hacking in newspapers, Francis Mole Campbell of Blackheath FC urged that hacking was part of the game and character building, remarking and this is a quote, it would do away with all the courage and pluck of the game. It would also bring over a lot of Frenchmen. This guy is just me.
Is he your new role model? I'm about to
Yeah,
say.
it's brilliant.
I was going to say, is it his dad?
The first game of rugby was England versus France, and it was in the Parc de France, which is now PSG's stadium, home stadium,
Yes.
in 1906. There's a little bit of history for you. And we've beat France more than they've beat us.
Of course.
And there's a
Not
big
new,
rivalry.
eh?
So they reckon that in the north of France, where I mean, let's be honest, historically, England and the north of France in general haven't get along well anyway. But there's a big rivalry. But if you go to the south of France, they don't give a shit. They don't know anything about it because they're not bothered because they never really deal with it.
It's because they drink a lot of wine and just don't give a shit.
So,
Well, I mean, to be fair, in the 40s, they didn't really have rushing through that country trying to get to Germany.
Despite Campbell's strong support for hacking to remain part, numerous clubs then started to abolish it in the following years, with Blackheath and Richmond banning it in 1865 and 66. So in the 1871, rugby clubs formed the Rugby Football Union, and all mention of hacking permitted in the rules was removed. Some rugby clubs insisted on maintaining the tactic. As a result, rugby school, where the game was invented, you could not join the RFU until 1890, because they refused to ban hacking in their games. Under the current laws of rugby union, and I apologise, Jay, it's not section 10D, it's section 10.4D, prohibits hacking in the modern rugby matches, not model. But
Prohibits in the model.
yeah, prohibits in the model. Basically, I'll skip through here, and the ball, until the late 1860s, rugby was played with a leather ball and an inner bladder made of a pig's bladder. The shape of the bladder was imparted a vaguely oval shape to the ball, but as they were far more spherical in shape than they are today. And I have a picture of a man with his two leather balls. Oh, where's my camera?
Of course.
They
Of
were
course
pretty
it's
much
picture.
footballs. But not quite a complete sphere. And then basically, an oval ball was easier to handle. A gradual flattening of the ball continued over the years. So basically, they realised that they weren't a perfect circle, and it was easier to hold it a certain way. And then that kind of got more and more oval until they were like, "That's good."
So it was a malformation, and then they went, "No, keep it. It's
Yeah.
better that way to hold on to." And then they just kept making it more funny shaped until they got it.
That's the way we want it. Yeah.
Such a like.
That was
It's more of a nasally like.
I can't do nasally.
You can.
It's difficult to do nasally without actually holding your nose.
Yeah. So, basically, because of the British Empire, rugby football was extremely early introduction to Australia. And it goes through a load of different places it was introduced time by time, but it basically gave way to a number of other football codes. So rugby league and association football were not the only early competitors to rugby union. In the late 19th century, so this is after rugby football split into association football and rugby union. There were spin-offs emerging around the world, including Aussie rules football, which originated in Victoria, Gaelic football in Ireland, and the gridiron codes, which became American and Canadian football. So anyone who says American football's real football, fuck you, you copied it off us and messed up the rules.
And that was after we had already messed it up.
Yeah.
We made it. We messed the rules.
We already decided that you should choose to pick the ball up or kick it, not try and do both and call it football and mess around with it.
I mean, at least we fucked up first. It makes a change in America's history, at least.
That
does actually link to a slight rant that I want to go on. But I'll let Stefan finish.
What, fucking up first in America's history?
In 1884, right, England had a disagreement with Scotland. I mean, it's not like we've had many of them in history. Over a try that England had scored, but that the referee disallowed, citing it a foul by Scotland. England argued that the referee should have played an advantage, and that as they made the law, if they said it was, then a try it was. And basically, that's why the International Rugby Football Board was formed in Scotland, Ireland, and Wales in 1866. But England refused to join because why wouldn't we be fucking awkward?
Of course not.
So basically, yeah. So the reason there is a international board for rugby is because England and Scotland had an argument, and then they were like, right, okay, we'll make all the rules like one, so that we know what's going on. And England was like, no, I'm not playing.
I'm taking my ball home. I'm not. I don't want to stay anymore.
England refused to join since they believed that they should have a greater representation on the board because they had a greater number of clubs. They also refused to accept that the IRFB should be recognised as the lawmaker of the game. The IRFB agreed that the number of countries would not, that the member countries would not play England until the RFU agreed to join and accept that the IRFB would oversee games between the home unions. England eventually agreed to join in 1890. So, yeah, so we went, we're not playing, and they went, right, well, fine, you're not playing Muslims.
Wait, so how long did it take for it to actually join?
The IRFB was founded in 1886, and we gave in 1890.
4 years.
So 4 years. For 4 years, we went, no, we'll just play France and Germany, because they were the only two with us, really, at the time.
Other than ourselves. I mean, if England had that many
you can't play
clubs,
yourself.
we probably just went, no, we'll just play with ourselves.
Yeah, well, it's sort of like international stuff, I suppose.
I mean, you can class the South as international, I suppose. They're all a bit weird.
In 1877, the number of players on a field for each team was reduced to 15 from 20. So until 1877, you had 20, so 40 people on the field.
Jesus Christ, it's like a battlefield match.
Yeah.
It saves going after each other with claymores and stuff, I suppose.
That's more fun, though, going after each other with claymores.
What, like the explosives? Just put them down next to you.
Planting claymore.
You detonate someone who's trying to
It's a speed test. You have to run up and plant it and move it before the other person reaches it.
Oh.
Plant the claymore at the ball. Fucking spawn campers.
I can't remember what it was, but there was something in the 1906 game that kicked off between France and England. If someone got stabbed or some shit, it was that kind of fucking what the fuck kind of thing.
Was it the
and
bastard baguette?
I can't find. Yeah, it was the bastard baguette. Dude, a rugby ball is pretty much the shape of a bastard.
No, it's not.
Nobody
I'm a
has ever
bastard.
said that before. Well,
You are the
it's
shape of a small round baguette.
it's a bastard, but if you had two and then put them on top of each other, because a bastard's got a flat bottom, I'm assuming. If it's like a loaf.
I mean, you never know. There is some weird loaves out there.
Anyway,
Like Jay's head, for example.
in the early times,
I love how Jay looks so
rugby
tiny in his
football-
room because his microphone's so close.
in the
I'm
early
not allowed
times,
to eat my microphone.
the version that was played in Central Italy was called Calcio Florentino. Now, this is still played today.
This is the brutal one.
Yes. It was originally called. I apologize if anyone is or speaks Italian because I'm going to butcher a lot of this.
Fine.
it was
I think I've mentioned it in a
the
previous episode and
Gioco
butchered it.
del Calcio Florentino, which is the Florentine kick game.
Makes it
Now,
simple.
in the Renaissance era, it was reserved for rich aristocrats who played every night between Epiphany and Lent. Even popes such as Clement the Seventh and Leo the 11th and Urban the Eighth.
Urban?
Pope Urban the Eighth. There's been 8 urban popes.
Yes, and
all urban. They live in a really dense city.
and they've all played this barbaric game. Just imagine seeing a pope in robes playing this game. I think everybody would be scared to hit him.
Well, this is the thing, right? So the games could be violent as teams vied to score goals. A variation of Calcio Florentino, which was most likely played in the 15th century, a match was organised on the Arno River in 1490. On the Arno River? I don't know. I don't get that, but okay. Oh no, notable as a day so cold the waters were completely frozen. I was going to say.
Yeah, so on a frozen river, which makes it even more hilarious because everybody would be gliding everywhere.
Now, this is
Slide tackles are easy, though.
on another thing. It just keeps sliding for miles. Slide into another game further down the river. On another famous occasion, the city of Florence held a match on February the 17th, 1530, in defiance of the imperial troops sent by Charles V, as the city was under siege. So we sieged the city, and they went, "No, we're just going to play football and fuck you."
Good on them, honestly.
And in 1574, Henry III of France attended a game of bridge fighting put on in his honor during a visit to Venice, which was basically the same thing. And the king was recorded as saying, "Too small to be a real war, but too cruel to be a game." And it was the rules were first recorded in the late 16th century. Now this is fucking brilliant. So it kind of in the 17th century it dropped off, but it really came back in 1930 because of Mussolini.
Mussolini
Basically re-erected it. It was widely played by amateurs in the streets and squares using handmade balls of cloth or animal skin. Today, 3 matches are played each year in Piazza Santa Croce in Florence in the 3rd week of June. A team from each quartiere of the city is represented. So Santa Croce is the Azzurri, the Blues. Santa Maria Novella are the Rossi, the Reds. Santa Spirito are the Bianchi, the Whites. And San Giovanni are Verdi, the Greens. So they all play each other. After playing each other in 2 opening games, the 2 overall winners go through to the early final on June the 24th. The feast of San Giovanni, or St. John, the patron saint of Florence. For decades, this violent match has resulted in severe injuries, including death. During the early decades,
that's just classed as a severe injury.
Dude, no, this is the best thing, right? During the early decades, in order to encourage wagering, as a lot of people like to bet on these, if a game went on too long or got boring and they wanted to achieve a bettable winner, there were times when bulls would be ushered into the ring in hopes of adding confusion and inciting victory, although this practice isn't done anymore. No shit! Well, this isn't violent enough, send the bulls in.
I mean, it is the Italians who let the bulls run through the streets once a year.
Yeah, but not in a football match.
Going back on the ice, you can just imagine the Pope just going, wee.
Dude,
Fuck
I wouldn't
you.
have to set the balls off there. Imagine if they set the balls into the ice.
Just see a
Fucking
bull
bull just
Scooby
runs
Doo
in and
run.
goes straight onto the other bank. Yeah, the modern version of Calcio has not changed much from its historical roots, which allow tactics such as headbutting, punching, elbowing, and choking. However, due to often fatal injuries, sucker punches and kicks to the head are currently banned. Oh, and you can
Currently.
choke someone to death, but you're not allowed to kick them in the head.
That's
It's
just a
also
shame. Why can't you kick them in the head if you can choke them?
no, it's gentlemanly as well, Kyle, because it's also prohibited for more than one player to attack an opponent. So if me and you are having a fight and Jay jumps in to help one another, then he gets sent off.
So it has to be
We
one
can
on
be,
one.
you can be choking me, and I can be kicking you in the dick and punching you in the face. But if Jay walks past and pushes one of us, he gets sent off.
Sin bin, boy.
It's just chivalry and honor. It's just an
Yeah.
honor code.
Yeah, any violation leads to being expelled from the game, but there's not really many violations unless you literally fucking team up on someone.
Also, I like the fact that the only penalty is being expelled from the game.
Yeah, but right, okay. Are you ready for the rules? Because this is the mad thing. Like, matches last 50 minutes and are played on a field covered in sand, twice as long as it is wide, so it's 100 meters by 50 meters. A white line divides the field into two identical squares. Yeah.
You says the match is played on sand.
Yes.
Yes, it's
We can
beach ball.
we can basically dress up as sand people from Star Wars and go oi 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 oi
You could
and
have
attack
to be
the
honest.
French.
Yes.
No, they're Italian.
No, the Italian.
Attack the Italians then.
Yes.
I mean, we could probably set up a game against the French. Make it an
But-
international sport again.
A white line divides two identical squares, and a goal net runs the width of each end. So your goal that you're shooting in is 50 meters wide.
It is.
Nice. I'll never miss. Hello. I saw the hand.
Is that Andy?
Hello.
All right.
You all right?
Oh bloody
Right,
hell.
you need to listen to this. I'm telling you about Calcio Florentino.
How
Oh.
you done your hair?
This is a Calcio Florentino,
Andy's
Andy. Can
back.
you hear us?
The return of
You all
Andy.
right?
You need to get
Got a
Andy's
big- got a big
headphones.
hole in your head here.
If you don't know who Andy is, if you're you need to listen to season 1 and you can listen to Andy's ramblings and rants.
Yeah, we've got episodes named after his rants.
Yeah.
I do have Andy's headphones here, but
They're kind of
just keep-
brokey.
they keep getting muddled up. So I thought I'd just give him the earphones.
Go on.
That's
Do you wanna
fine. So
switch?
you can hear what.
Okay, we'll
Right,
switch.
so-
1 second.
Andy, we're talking. Oh no, we're switching.
I'm going to switch
Yep.
them.
Okay, go on.
Stick them on.
Quick talk about Medicardia. Right, is that better?
Hello.
1 second.
He needs to plug them in first.
There we go.
That's it, I'm here now. Yep.
Right,
There we
now
go.
can you hear?
I can't. I.
We're talking about Calcio Florentino, Andy, which is a ball sport played in Italy like football, right? Where the rules are you're allowed to headbutt, punch, elbow, and choke, but you're not allowed to sucker punch or kick people in the head because of fatal injuries, because people have died. And then it's in the 15th century when they used to play it, if the kings were getting bored and there wasn't much going on the field that wasn't violent enough, they just send in the bulls to get a winner.
Really?
Really. So
Let's not forget the fact that the Pope used to go.
yeah, the Pope used to go as well. Pope Urban the 7th played.
8th.
Or was it Urban the 8th? Sorry.
Over
Yeah.
the 8th.
I didn't know there was it. There
Bloody
was a
hell.
rural Pope. So the field is 100 meters long by 50 meters wide, and a white line divides it into two identical squares. A goal net runs the width of each end, so the net is 50 meters at the end. Each team has 27 players, and no substitutions are allowed for injured or expelled players. The teams are made up of 4. Oh, this is an Italian word. Dottori and Dietro, which are goalkeepers, 3 Dottori and Nazi, which are fullbacks, 5 Sconciatori, which are halfbacks, and 15 Inazi or Corridi, which are forwards. The captain and standard bearer's tent sits at the centre of the goal net. We've got a
Right.
tent in the middle of the net.
Yes.
What's
They
that,
do
like a
not-
spawn point?
I know.
Basically.
They don't actively participate in the game, but they can organise their teams and occasionally act as referees. Mainly to calm down players or to stop fights. The referee and the 6 linesmen officiate the match in collaboration with the judge commissioner, who remains off the field. The referee, above everyone else, is the master of the field, and responsibility is on him to make sure the game runs smoothly. Stepping in only to maintain discipline and re-establish order when fights occur, so he doesn't stop them.
No, he
shots
just demands order.
Shots from a small cannon announces the beginning of the event. The game starts when the palio throws and kicks the ball towards the centre line. Then, at the first whistle, as the ball first rests on the field, 15 forwards begin fighting in a wild mixed martial arts match, punching, kicking, tripping, hacking, tackling, and wrestling with each other in an effort designed to tire opponents' defences, but which often descends into an all-out brawl. They try to pin and force into submission as many players as possible. Once there are enough incapacitated players, the other teammates come and swoop up the ball and head a goal. From this moment on, the players try by any means necessary to get the ball at the opponent's goal.
Hang on a minute.
Teams-
Are they still playing this game now?
Yes,
Yes.
they're still playing this now. You're
They
not allowed.
play it every year in Italy.
The
Right.
rules are you're not allowed to sucker punch someone from behind, right?
Right.
You're not allowed to kick someone in the head, right? And they decided these because basically people die, and if two people are fighting, you're not allowed to join in or you get sent off. That's the
Bloody
rules.
hell.
Everything else is pretty much, apart from eye gouging, is allowed.
Is it on the telly?
I don't know. I hope
The
so.
microphones, yeah.
Oh, is it on the telly?
I hope so.
All right.
The teams change sides when every goal is scored.
What was the game called again, Stefan?
It's Calcio Florentina. Calcio Fiorentino.
It's played on sand.
Yeah.
It's played on sand, yeah, with a handmade ball of cloth or animal skin.
How big's the pitch?
100 meters
100
by
by-
50 meters.
So it's not that big.
And there's a tent in the middle of it.
No,
There's a tent
tent's
in the middle of each goal,
Yeah,
and the
Oh, each goal.
goals span
with the standard bear
length,
around it.
the width. The goals span the length of either side.
Right.
So you've got a massive goal and everything, but basically people forget there's a ball involved and just fight each other the majority of the time.
All right.
Basically, they kick the ball off, it lands in the middle, and then
Uh-huh.
15 people have a massive fight until there's like a couple that aren't dead, and then 7 other people come and try and score goals.
Bloody hell.
And then they change sides and do it
Yeah,
again.
and then they change sides. The game ends after 50 minutes, and the team has scored the most goals wins. It says it's important to shoot accurately because if a player throws or kicks the ball above a net, the opposing team is awarded half a point. Along with the palio, the winning team used to receive chianina, a type of purebred cow. However, this has been reduced to a free dinner for the winning team. The players earn no other compensation.
So it's just fun.
so-
It's just like a morale boosting sporting event in the free city of
just-
Florence.
So the winning
Pope played
team
this.
gets. So the winning team just basically gets a Sunday dinner.
What I want
Yeah.
to know is there's
That's a good win,
27 people,
It is a good win.
27 players, and a standard bearer in the tent. Right?
Yes.
So there's 28 people.
Mhm.
Now,
On each team, yes.
assuming, I mean, some of them will die, but assuming you've still got like 10 left, who gets the car?
I would assume it would be like you said it was like separated into the quarters of the city. So I'm guessing
Yeah.
it's just like that quarter of the city gets the cow to like breed.
No, it's
and
just for the
everything.
team, I think.
Also, I'd just like to say that there is actually a TV show about it. It's
Oh,
called
we're watching
Calcio
it.
Storico.
All right.
So we're gonna have to look it up and see how brutal it is, and see if there's any popes involved.
This is
anymore.
according to IMDb, by the way. It was episode aired June 26th last year.
So when did it
Yeah.
start? When did it start? In the Middle Ages or something?
It
Apparently, it
started
dates back nearly 500 years.
basically, yeah.
Right.
So it originated in the Middle Ages in Italy, so it's not. And then Andy, you're gonna like this, right? So it went out of fashion because it started in kind of the 15th century. It went out of fashion in the 17th century, but then in 1930 it was reorganized as a game in the Kingdom of Italy under Benito Mussolini.
Oh, Mussolini.
Mhm.
We know him.
Oh, wait,
Sounds like when you go to Kielder, the first international game of football between England and Scotland was played on the banks of the River Tyne. And after the game, 12 players died.
aye.
That's how bad it was. The
you-
game went on for like a day and a half. or
Players for
something.
which team lost the most players?
Oh, I don't know about that. But it says that 12 players died.
Because that is the important information. Was it
That
the
is.
Geordies or the Scots that won?
I found, you know what? I found in the research of this, I found a match in Upham where there was a disagreement between players. This is going back a long time as well. This is the 1800s, and a player pulled out his fucking dagger and stabbed another guy. And there was another one where basically they used to play, but they used to keep the fucking sword on them and shit. So one guy tackled someone and accidentally cut his leg, so the other guy pulled out his pistol and shot him. What the fuck was going on?
Bloody hell.
Why not?
Anyway, Andrew, how's you lads doing? Are you all right?
We're doing
Right,
fine.
Good,
Do you like
good.
when you set up, Andy? Do you like when you software we're using?
I am
You can
just
see you live
looking
now,
at
you see.
everybody like this is weird. Like, can you take your headphones off? Can I have a look at your hair, please?
My hair.
Aye.
Charles Manson, man. It's all Charles Manson.
You haven't had that cut since I've been off work, are you?
6 months, I think he said it was.
Seriously? Are you
It
got
was 6 months, wasn't it, Stefan?
6 months, yeah. And now I've got to get a cut
Alright.
because we're going to a wedding.
Are you gonna get a cut? Are you?
I don't want to.
Just slick it back and dye it green like the Joker.
Oh well.
Yeah.
You can't change who I am.
I'll be back to work on Tuesday, and I'll meet you at the roundabout. Yeah.
Yeah, at 8 o'clock.
Or shall I meet you at the church place?
Well, you can if you want, yeah, but whatever's
Right.
easier.
At 10 to 8.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
10 to 8.
Not 10 to 8.
No, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Right.
He's not going to be awake for 10 to 8, man.
I'll be awake for 10 to 8.
No, okay.
Apparently, during this first international football game between England Scotland, where was it? The Times and the Guardians and stuff, the ran reports and stuff on it.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Guardian's match report was 124 words. The Times dedicated most of the page to the cattle, which was apparently happening at the Birmingham Cattle Show, and completely ignored the football entirely. So the first international football game was completely ignored by most English newspapers at the time.
How long does the match last in Italy?
50 minutes?
50 minutes.
Yeah, 50.
Is it
50.
sided or is it just like the first half?
It's
No,
they switch sides after every goal.
50
So
minutes in total, so they don't. If you score, you swap sides, and then it just happens for 50
It
minutes.
reminds us of what football was in this country before it was football.
Well, this is what we've been talking about. So we've been talking about the split between rugby and football and how that became about, and we're talking about different ones. So this was going on at a time when we had rugby football, which was a combination of the two before the split off into two branches. And that's what I was saying. It's just because it's insane that this is still played. Basically, you're not allowed to kick people in the head or fight 2-on-1. Apart from that, do what you want. It's mad that that's still a thing.
That's weird, like, isn't it? Absolutely weird.
Andy, since you're here,
Mm-hmm.
and we're talking about the pictures made of sand, you see, I can link this in. You were on the Gold Coast for Australia, weren't you?
I was, yes, aye.
Did you ever realise that you had squeaking sand?
What?
No.
You didn't notice that you had. So this is apparently a thing that I'm going to try and show you right now.
this is if Stefan can get it working.
Squeaking sand.
Squeaking sands. I might have to actually. Just give us a sec.
While he's doing that,
I've got it up.
Jay's eating his KFC crush'em and finishing it off.
Costa.
Oh, Costa.
Can you hear that?
I can, aye.
Someone's sandals, man. That's not squeaking sand.
Dude, it's sand. They're on a beach.
Yeah.
Yes,
Something
but-
wearing sandals.
That's something.
What?
This is apparently a thing when it's the sound caused by air escaping from it. So Jay, do you know how to share? Can you screen share videos and audio at the same time?
He's got brand new software. He's working on it.
I'm working on it. Yeah.
If you Google the squeaky sound of sand at Hyams Beach in Australia, but that was Gold Coast Beach. This is just amazing. So it's apparently a type of a particular sand, that is particular shaped sand particles being rubbed together when walked on in warm weather. So it
Right.
is quartz sand, and it's well-rounded and spherical sand particles, and the air between the grains of sand has to escape. The noise emits from the escaping air, and the particles run together. And apparently, it's quite common in Australia, and I didn't believe it was a thing, but it's mental.
So basically, rather than the sand squeaking, it's more the sand farting.
Kind of, I suppose. Do you know, Tino? I don't know if you were here for this, but do you know that when you fart, it's not your fault. You're not farting. So what happens is a bacteria does its thing, and it makes a tiny little fart, but then that's inside you, so it's kind of trapped. And eventually, when there's not enough space in there, you have to let out that. So really, you're not farting. It's like millions of bacteria farting.
Nice.
Really?
Really? You worked it out, Jay?
Of course, Stefan's the one who's found
I've,
this out.
I've worked it out, yeah. I've put it in the group chat.
Oh, you meant to play it on here, man.
No, I put the issue we're having in the group chat.
Put the
Oh,
issue
yeah,
on.
okay, yeah. There is an issue. That's fair enough. La da 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 da.
Hold on, then. I'll do it.
Hey, I don't know if you can screen share an audio.
I was just going to do that. I thought that's what you were going to do.
Oh, right.
What are you
Share
doing?
screen.
We're going to try and show you the... Well, I'm going to try and show everyone the squeaking sound. Because it's
Oh.
mad.
The squeaky.
When you actually see
squeaky
it. So yeah, apparently it's quite common in Australia, and it's on the Gold Coast. That video that I showed you there was on the Gold Coast in Australia. So I was wondering if you'd noticed it.
No, it must. Is it the heat? Does the heat do that to the sand?
It's the heat, and it's a very, very particular kind of
Lesson.
You know what it is?
sound.
When I was in hospital, I couldn't even remember being in Australia. Sue told us
That one there,
showed us
Jay,
the
the second video.
photographs.
Second.
And I
No,
remembered
second
it.
video.
Secret of Singing Sand.
Jay, the squeaky sound of the sand on Hyams
Yeah.
Beach.
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
he's freezing up, man.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Let's just play it. We'll see if it makes a noise.
That's my goal in life. Anyway,
Well,
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 see-
play it and
see
see
if
if
it
it
makes
makes a
a
noise.
So yeah,
Jay must have been great with the triangle.
also a sand dunes sting.
It's why he moved on to the drum kit. He just hits things and it makes noise and he goes, ooh, bang.
Sand dunes sing as well, so they emit a low hum that most people can't hear, but you can detect on microphones,
Right?
which was first recorded by a explorer in the 1700s.
Jay, I'm impressed with your internet speed.
It's mighty fast.
To be fair, it's better than mine.
It's probably because
Yeah,
he's
but-
on a Mac.
You live in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
No, it's because
Internet trends.
Jay had all three computers that he had in pieces last time I was over.
Yeah. Also, Jay is hosting this entire connection, so maybe it would have been.
And I've got,
you
like-
given up on that.
I've got like 4 devices upstairs on streaming services.
We'll try and get it ready for next time, I think.
Wait. I've got an idea, right? Don't leave. Yes.
Phone squeaky
mean-
bum time.
We're planning not to leave, so
By
you
the way,
know.
I actually know you're right.
All right.
I don't know you, but yeah, it's good. Where's Jay tonight?
Hold on.
Jordan, sorry, where's
He's on
Jordan?
a date.
Is he? What, with another lass?
No, we're Beth.
All right, okay.
Right. Can you
He's
see my
actually
screen?
taken her on a date. No.
Hold on, Jay.
Go on, yeah, shit. The squiggled sand that he has. Oh, that's loud.
Is it loud for you? I do apologize.
He's
Can you
deafened.
tell us when you can see my screen?
Wait a minute.
We
Wait
can't
a
see
minute.
your
Wait a minute.
We can
I'm
see you.
on this. I'm on this like a cob. I'm on it like a cob bonnet.
I was about to say that, actually.
You should be able to see my screen.
I'm disappointed, Jay.
Why can't you see my screen?
No, I guess you're just not special enough.
It's because you're a guest and not the host, so I'm guessing it won't let you.
Hold on.
We can hear squeaking, but that's about it.
The aggressive squeaking in the background.
It just sounds like an annoyed hamster.
Nah, it sounds like somebody's got wet wellies.
It does.
Yeah.
It's really loud in my ears.
See, I've got it on my. So Jay, when you put share screen, I have my screen shared on the left-hand side.
Wait a minute.
Nah, got nothing.
I don't
Wait a
know.
minute. Oh yeah, I can approve it. Yeah.
Approve it then, you dick. I'm just sitting here. Right.
There we go.
Now you can see me.
Please not wearing shoes.
No. And you'll see in a minute, you don't even need to be standing. How mad is that?
That is quite mad. That is quite
Wow,
mad.
that's mad.
Isn't it?
That's crazy.
But yeah, so the squeaky sound.
I just got
screeches
flashbanged.
at you.
Yeah.
It must be. It's got to be the heat that's done that to the sand. It's got to be. So
It's the heat. It's got to be.
The heat
It's
and
got
the
to be a
minute
specific
granular
type.
properties.
Yeah. It's got to be quartz sand and it's got to be basically round and in high heat.
Nah.
So that's why it's common in Australia and not really common anywhere else. There's, I think, islands around Australia that have got it as well.
Nah.
There's
It's
weird,
called
like,
singing
isn't it?
sand or squeaking sand.
And that's why nature will never be understood.
Yeah, but sorry.
Oh wait.
Apart from that.
Bloody logs.
Can we stop playing squeaky sand?
That sounds like you can't windscreen wipers.
I've already played it and then Jay put it on.
It genuinely sounds like me windscreen wipers.
It does.
It's the longest I've ever been on a plane going to Australia. We went to Dubai first, then to
Yeah.
where did we go? Singapore.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah, but it must have been Singapore. You had to get off the plane in half an hour. And then you had to get back on the plane because you're not allowed to stop on the plane when you're putting the fuel in anymore.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we got back in the plane, and the guy said, "Oh, we've hit the coast of Australia." I said, "Oh, great! Like we'll be down soon." It was 6 hours later. We're still in the air. There's nothing in the middle of Australia. It's dead. Everything's on the coast because we were going to Brisbane. I didn't realize it's like going from here to the far end of like Russia. It's
Yeah.
a humongous place. Lovely, like, but expensive. Yeah. Yeah. Real expensive.
What was those things you managed to find? It wasn't faggots. It was like, what was the ice cream called? It was something stupid.
Oh, what the hell was that called? Oh, what was it called, Steph? The ice cream? A gay ball.
The gay time.
Again,
Gay time, yes, a gay time.
Need to start selling them at Powerhouse. They do.
Anyway, Steph, I'll show you these pictures I've been doing. If you want.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll start you off with St. James's. I finished it off.
All right. Has he got them with him?
Yes, he's away to the other room to grab them.
I love how Andy just takes over a podcast like nothing's changed.
Of course not. He's been missing for a year. He's back in full force.
Near the end of season 2, ironically enough.
Yeah. Here he is. It's in a frame and everything, to be honest.
Oh wow,
I'm
professional.
going to do the frame black.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love that.
No, I like it how it is.
You
That's
get to
awesome.
see the
Yeah,
reflection
I
on
agree
my
with
screen.
that.
Yeah,
How
you
it
can
is.
see the reflection. Yeah, that is really good, and it looks good
That's
in
the
the
first
silver
one.
Nah,
If you
I
want
agree with you.
if you listen to this on a Friday when this episode's released, and you want to see what we're on about, go to takeitoffed.com, click the Twitch icon, or go to twitch.tv/takeitoff.tv, and you can watch this live. And we're an hour and 13 minutes in.
Yeah, and you can have a look. Or
You can have a
what I
look.
might do, eventually he will have his own website set up. So you can have a look there once it gets set up, and I'll let you know. This one's one I like. There you go. Nice Christmas scene for you, because
Ooh.
we're near Christmas.
I like that.
Don't
that's
stop
good.
talking about Christmas.
Yeah.
We wish you a Merry
Get
Christmas.
that
We
one
wish
in
you.
the as well.
Yeah.
Love them.
Yeah, awesome. I'm pleased you're back painting again.
Well, I finished it off the St. James's one because the thing was out. The what do you call it? The spotlight was out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a frame of that. So yeah.
Me and Stefan have agreed that you need to keep it. What's the frame silver?
Keep it PG.
What?
I don't know.
What?
You just ignore them most of the time. It's easier.
You said we're thinking about you were going to put the frame black, and I said leave it how it is.
No, do it black, and the
No,
white.
no, leave it how it is. Because seriously, you've got the white outline, and the black border, then you've got the pale frame.
But
It
you
looks
see,
good how it is.
Something I've learned about it. It's with the black and the black. You're looking at the picture. What's
Yeah,
the
you're all looking at the picture, but that gives it a solid border. So if you walk in, you've got.
Whatever you've got.
If you
around
hang
it.
that on a dark wall, you've got a clear strike and border that's going to draw your attention to that. Because it's a dark night, it's quite a dark painting on a dark background.
Mhm.
And if that's put on a dark wall, but you've got a bright frame, your attention's going to be drawn to that square that you see, and then you're going to look into it.
Yeah, Jay, I was just about to say, go get it.
Yeah.
That's it. Painting behind Jay also.
Oh,
by
How
sure.
long
If-
is his
for now,
headphones?
Sure.
if I
Done for
was
Jay's
at,
wedding.
if I was at mine, Andy's away.
He's a way to get another one.
Yeah.
Let's see this.
If I was at my
Oh, I like
parents'
that.
house, then behind me there would be
That's off Lord of the
another
Rings,
painting
I
by
can
Andy.
tell.
It's not. It's a ghostly one. It's the last Roman legion walking along Hadrian's Wall.
Let's say that again, Jay.
It's a ghostly Roman legion going along Hadrian's Wall.
Oh, okay. No, it kind of looked like I forgot what the castle's name is.
I get what you mean. It does look a bit sort
Yeah.
of Lord of the Ringsy, but yeah, it's the ghostly Roman legion because he's done a few along Hadrian's Wall where it's like a lone commander on a horse and bits and pieces like
Mhm. How much does he do them for?
that. We can ask him.
Yes, because I'm Jay
While
can't reach.
Jay's too short to hang up his own picture.
Not knew that.
Is that wall grew while he wasn't here?
Yeah.
That wall's like 3 Gs.
That's how we measure stuff now.
Right. This is how long my headphones are.
4 score and 3
Yes,
days.
I
I'm
noticed
still
you've got
going.
all the cable in the world. How is your
20
headphone
meters.
cable that long?
20 meters, lads.
Dude,
20
I remember
meters.
my old Turtle
20
Beach
meters.
360. I used to be able to go for a shit at the other side of the house and still be plugged in.
I mean, to be fair, same. I used to love them for that. Now I've literally
I
got
know.
this short ass wire.
Mine.
Same.
Mine
And we got
is
the
a
same
little bit-
headset on, right?
Nah,
Ma-
nah.
I've got an
yours
I've
is
got a
better.
cable extension on mine with a Y splitter so that my dad can join in, but it only gets us to like the other side of the room.
Dude, I could go miles. If I was in your house, sitting from where you're sitting now, I could go into your old spare room, i.e. your dad's little studio, and still have wire spare trailed on the floor.
The funny thing
Little
is,
Xbox
I could
cables.
probably do that 3 times over with the length of my Ethernet cables.
Yeah, I mean,
Because I've got like 4 10-meter ones,
I
and I've
made
just
but
put
for
them together.
headphones,
I've spliced them all together.
I
never
made
understood
a
why
100-meter Ethernet cable.
Jay's currently measuring his headset wire.
Yeah.
I can go over to the kitchen. I can go over to my bathroom from where I'm sitting.
I'd say take your mic with you, but your mic
Oh,
doesn't
because
Yeah,
he
we
have
fucking
to.
does. He does it all the time.
I don't.
Oh, I like
He used
that.
to.
I really like that.
Yeah, that's good.
That's great.
Is that one
Yeah,
for your
so-
wedding, young man?
Are you going to put your headphones on
wouldn't.
so you can hear his response?
I can't hear you.
Come to the mic. Come to the microphone.
Is that the one for your wedding?
I think so. I can't remember. Ashley, you're watching this. Is that the one you wanted for the wedding?
You what?
He's speaking to his love.
Oh,
Fucking what, mate?
I'm in for her to
You fucking
respond.
what, mate?
You fucking what, mate? I think it is.
That way.
Yeah, so what I was saying was, if I was sitting at my parents' house, behind me would be a big picture
Yeah,
of
it is.
Andy as well. And one that he wants back because he's made a mistake in it, but it was probably the first or second one he ever really done.
Oh, at the Bamborough Castle.
Yeah, it boils your piss that the waves are the wrong way, but
Yeah.
when you've been dead 20 years and you're a famous artist, because that's how artistry works. Unless you cut off your ear and then or invent some shit as well on the side. then they're going to be the ones that's going to be worth money. They're going to be rare. They're going to be the originals.
It's
in
like the one.
pastel as
It's
well,
like
which
the one in our living
you
room
cover-
which you keep taking down.
Yeah.
yeah, dude, it's in pastel as well. He doesn't do pastel, and he's painted it over or gotten rid of most of his pastel stuff as well.
Yeah.
So it makes it even more rare.
So Andy, how much do you actually do them for?
I don't know, to be honest. I've never really done anything with it.
We're sort of trying to set up websites in little bits and pieces, and then stopped. He's done a few like markets and things like that, but nobody really takes money to those anymore. So
I was just giving them away when I did the last one, but no.
Yeah, but everyone's willing to stop giving them away because it's his time and materials invested in that.
Aye.
But if anyone is interested, he does sell them.
So listen,
yes, he does actually sell them.
Shall we put someone taking off our website for now?
Go for it.
You can do, yeah.
I'll send you a selection. I'll send you the ones that he wants done.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
You'll have to choose a couple.
Right, okay.
Bill
So
and Ted.
back to work on Tuesday.
Aye.
Yeah.
Well, enough of it. I've been back for months.
I feel
I'm
your
hoping you
pain.
come back so I can have a couple of days off.
I feel your pain.
You've been back
So
a fucking week or something?
Aye, but I've got 4 days off. I'm
you,
back
I've
on
only got 3.
Tuesday.
That's just because of bank holiday.
No, I get 4 days off every week.
No, I'm saying I've got 4 days off, and that's only because it's a bank holiday. Stop complaining.
when you work like Tino?
I got 3 days.
I work basically under the NHS.
All right. You get 4 days
What,
off.
like
a week?
under the main building?
Aye, 4 days on, 4 days off.
All right.
You're
very
minor.
good.
I'm a minor.
Well, you said you work under the NHS.
Aye, definitely.
Are you working a minute here? You got
I'm on-
work on?
I'm taking on parental leave. I got a job starting tomorrow for
He's on
like
maternity leave because he's pregnant.
2 days.
All right. What's that doing?
I'm doing grip and electrics.
Right. Is that for a film, is it?
Yeah.
All
No,
right.
not grip. It's in an alley, and he's not allowed to talk about it.
Is that
Not
the
allowed
new
to,
Indiana
man.
Jones film, is it?
Jay's got to
No,
look out for them NDAs.
now it's a while ago.
All right. Okay. Cool. Uh-huh. What about you, Steph? What do you do?
Me, I do know. I pretend to be busy and just hope I keep getting paid.
That's just basically my job.
You
Stand
don't even
around,
pretend to be busy.
I do. I stand around, look pretty. Now again, if someone took a picture of themselves in front of the Indiana Jones 5 set when
know
Bamber
that
Castle was still open to the public, and I was in the background on my phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they also took a picture of the sign saying "Don't take pictures of shit."
Yeah.
and then put it on Twitter.
With me behind the background.
There's signs up, Andy, for the public saying, "Yes, we're filming. Don't take pictures of it. You're fine to have a look, but don't interfere with any of the cast or crew. Don't interfere with anyone. Don't take pictures and don't mention it on like social media." So someone put a photo on, put it on social media, and went, "Well, they're doing it at Barbara Castle and all this shit."
Yeah.
Is
You
he
follow it.
is he still up there? Is he?
No, I'm not allowed to talk about it.
All right. Oh, you're not. All right.
I'm not allowed to
Andy,
talk about
Tom
it.
Cruise is in Birmingham because Sky News ran the exciting article that he went and had 2 curries. Like that, amazing.
His BMW got stolen.
Tom Cruise's Beamer got nicked.
Yep.
Imagine how
Imagine
much
if you're
probably
a
Wait,
car.
where was it?
I'm going to take
Birmingham?
this BMW next morning on the news. Oh, fuck.
No, remember in Amble when the cop pulled up outside the police station to go and tell his mate something. He came out about 2 minutes later. His car was on fire. They put the window out and set the car on fire. Yeah,
Jesus.
good.
Immediately, all I can think of is the NWA's song "Fuck the Police."
What? Okay. I didn't know. I thought you were going to go straight out of Compton.
Yeah, straight out of Compton. I mean, similar.
Jay,
It's the same,
what you
innit?
trying to show?
Jay's trying to show we're Grace.
Jay, you've been arrested for showing that before.
That's his archive.
Oh, there
Oh,
we go.
God, no, he's doing his German promotion.
Look at that. He's got 3 things in his basket that cost 128 quid total.
What's he got?
One
in
of
his
those is a
basket?
bottle.
No, one of them would be the limited edition hoodie.
Toady hoodie.
Ooh,
Tie
Yeah,
dye.
because the limited edition is
Totally.
quite expensive, but it's awesome.
I love the fact that there's a quote that's just my quote.
Yeah,
Kyle's quote from
Have I got a
season 2,
quote?
episode 24. Wait, what's the quote?
I need my quote t-shirt.
I need my quote t-shirt.
Well, so hold on. All the stuff you've got that we have said that you could put on a t-shirt, and you've went for I need a t-shirt. That's a quote.
I need the t-shirt that has my quote because it's my quote. I need to wear my quote.
Yeah, but all he's doing is quoted you saying that you need a quoted t-shirt. So he hasn't actually quoted a quote of yours. That's useful.
it's not.
That's...
How do you cope with being seen?
Is it? Oh, I thought you meant it literally said I need my quote t-shirt.
No, it's how do you cope with being sane? I think it's got something written on the back as well if he clicks on the picture.
Right, listen,
I have
boys.
shelves to put up.
I'm going to go away now, okay?
All right, Paul.
I'll see you later. Watch what you're
Yeah.
doing.
You as well.
See you later, Andy.
Ah, see you later,
Bye,
Andy.
Watch what you're doing. Right then. Excellent.
See you in a bit.
Cheers. Bye now.
And he's off.
He's away. I'll go and close my door.
Born in the fields.
Right. So I've got a bone to pick with people.
Which
What? I haven't done anything apart from invite him back on the show.
No,
Kylie had one job.
That was a surprise that I had ready for today because he did actually say earlier today, I'm going to join in the podcast again once I finish this doing this
Can
picture.
I point out? Can I ruin your little surprise there?
What?
It's because I was speaking to him on Wednesday, and I said, "Anyway, when are you back on the podcast?" And he was like, "Oh, I might join in this week a little bit."
Yeah, he's been doing better. I invited him out and all that sort of stuff, and he got all these pictures out, and like was going through them and everything, and then he just says like he's going to try and do it a little bit more, and then he just out of nowhere says I might come on the podcast tonight as well.
Yeah.
With Miss
Yeah,
Andy and his little
yeah,
random
yeah.
rants. Right,
Yeah,
I've got a bone to pick with people. Kyle was a witness of this bone to pick with people because Kyle was there when I was having this rant in the middle of Astas.
cool.
Oh god,
Right.
a rant in the middle of that.
Rant in the middle of Astas, basically. I've got a notification.
Because we'll have a fun rant.
Fuck that shit.
Also,
Right.
before you do, Kyle, tell Andy that I will actually buy painting off him because them are absolutely beautiful.
Cool. Will do. I'll have to show you. I'll have to show you his selection at some point.
Aye.
Right, you know when you go to the shop like who?
You can
I
tell
like
Jay's
that.
going into a rant.
If you want a
when he turns
response off
sharp.
me, you stop talking to us like that.
Sure. I was born on the streets, fam. I was raised by the streets. Whoa.
Listen, no,
Hold
you
on, when you're born in Scotland,
I was born in your mum. Right, basically, guys.
explains if he was born
You
in
know-
Scotland, it explains his internet connection.
Basically, you know the whole. You know when you go to a shop and you go to like an aisle of Oriental stuff, and you can get Uncle Ben's stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Like Uncle Ben's rice. Basically, it has such like an inadequate.
Don't get Uncle Ben
description.
cancelled.
Hold
I'm
on, do
getting
you know
Uncle
that
Ben
Uncle Ben
cancelled.
isn't a real person?
Yeah, we know that, Stefan. We've talked
It's a
about it.
German company and they wanted a friendly face. So they just invented a guy.
Basically, it's not just Uncle Ben is not like the only person only brand that does this. A lot of other brands do this, and I've seen like other brands doing this, and it pisses me off. Like they'll have certain flavors, and these certain flavors are going to be like Southern flavor or Eastern flavor, Middle Eastern flavor.
Mexican flavour.
No, Mexican flavor is alright because Mexican flavor tells you where it's from. It's from Mexico.
Alright, okay.
That's
Mexico.
Mexican. Well, that's Mexican flavor. But what the fuck is Southern flavor?
It's Southern American cooking, isn't it? The Southern space.
Southern flavor.
Southern
like-
flipper.
Southern where?
Southern
Where?
style. It's Southern
Where?
America. So,
It doesn't say
It's just
Southern America, it just says Southern in England.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to taste like
it's
pears
good
and
for
apples.
London.
You know,
It's going to taste like Cornish farmland.
It's got a Cornish pasty. That's Southern.
Yeah.
If you're in France, it might taste whatever the Southern France eat. You know,
Just tastes like some sort of wine and bread.
I
Well, no,
guess.
because if it's in France and it's Southern in England, so it's from Southern England, and it's Northern if you're in France.
Well, no, because that's the thing. If you sell it in France as Southern, then it'll be something from
But
Southern
I
France.
know what you're saying, but I'm assuming like Southern Fried Chicken. Southern Fried Chicken is known to have originated from South America. Yes, sorry, the Southern United States, which is what it's the spices they use and what it's based on. And
Yeah.
Southern style stuff are Southern United States, and everyone kind of universally knows that and doesn't question it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
que- I
it
know
doesn't
it,
say,
right?
it
I'm
doesn't
questioning
say
it.
Southern
I'm being-
American or
No, because you know.
Southern chicken style, anything like that. It just says Southern, same as how it.
Yeah, but whereabouts in Southern America? There's a lot of places in South America.
It's because Jay found one that just says
No.
Middle East. What is
I
Middle
nearly
East
made-
flavor?
Whereabouts in
I'm-
Middle East? Is this like anywhere from Pakistan, Afghanistan, which might
Dude,
taste like claymores?
You know
and
if it's good.
Africa from refugees. Is
right,
it
Jay.
Russian?
Claymore
Does it
stand
taste
and
like
move
pure
on.
vodka? Where in the Middle East is this from?
It doesn't matter because you know that if it's based on the Middle East, it's just going to be spicy goat. That's all
But
they
that
eat.
can be Caribbean as well. Jamaica is quite
That
famous.
can't be,
for-
Jamaicans don't eat goats.
They do.
Are there
They
even
eat-
goats in Jamaica?
Yes.
No, how it's an island. How did they get there?
Goats get everywhere. Have you seen any film ever? There's always
Goats
a
on a
goat on an
plane.
island.
No matter where you
Desert
go.
Island? No problem. Goat.
Meh. You know
Is
what
that,
really
why,
creeps me about?
is that why people that are the best of it was the goat?
You know what really creeps me about some goats, right? There's a goat. There's this type of goat species that can be seen on the side of a fucking mountain.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
they're
the
called mountain
ibex, and
goat.
I'm not having you chatting shit about ibexes because they walk around on fucking vertical dams just to think like a bit of salt. Also, fainting goats are even better.
Fainting goats?
Dude, there's goats where you literally put it, the nickname fainting goats or stiff leg goats. There's a neurological thing where if they are scared or excited, the muscles temporarily just lock, like stiffen up. So they literally go stiff leg, like and just fall over, or they like hop like that for a couple of seconds. And it's like if you can, there's video fainting goats, Jay. I'm sorry, but you're doing it. There's people putting up umbrellas and they'll just fucking fall over as though they've been like fucking Hadouken. Do you want me to, Jay?
No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Dude, fainting
I'm
goats are-
I'm trying to find some first.
Hey,
Right,
But yeah,
while
yeah,
he's
fainting
finding
goats.
something, I've got to run to the toilet.
mute your mic.
Don't run.
I will. I mean, my mic's in here. My toilet's like 2 rooms away.
Yeah, still
You'll
mute
not be able to
it.
hear us anyway.
It's always best to be safe. Sorry, you're going into the dark black door where I'm just expecting some eyes to come out of it.
Well, they will when he comes back.
Like,
Hey, Christ. I wonder how goat
Again.
tastes. I do need to try goat.
goats actually
don't
taste
like goats.
pretty
Apparently,
nice.
apparently it tastes like mutton.
I don't like goat's milk, but wait, actually, I don't know if I've
Like
tried
goat
goat's
cheese.
milk.
Goat cheese is lovely.
I've tried goat's cheese, and goat's cheese.
You gotta be careful when you're milking a goat. You don't want the wrong one.
Always makes you think.
All I'm saying
The
is-
first person that milked any animal, did they go on to just try and milk every animal they could think of
Oh,
and realize where it was wrong?
Who milked a yak? And they obviously didn't get it wrong first time because they were still alive to try again. And where does this say? What can you not? Whales have milk. Why don't you have whale cheese? So do dolphins.
Right. This creeps me
good
out.
point.
Why the fuck can a goat do
Dude, you
this?
can milk spiders, you know.
You can milk any venomous animal.
No, not for venom or anything like that. You can actually get like milk out of a spider.
You can get milk out of any creature,
Like
I'm
a
assuming,
spider.
because it has to produce
No.
it for its offspring.
It has to be a mammal. It has to be live young.
Well,
Just
that's
as
what I
an
mean. Like,
FYI,
No,
Kyle, I'm
it has
just
to be a
going to
mammal.
say
Why the-
thanks for mentioning the darkness, because I didn't even realise.
yeah, you've got like a sort of shaded darkness to your, I'm gonna guess, your right hand side,
Yeah.
or left, yeah, that side, which is just sort of creepy. But just the fact that you had that and then the doorway with nothing, but it was just
Well, I mean,
expecting
the
two
thing
eyes
is,
just to
right?
appear.
The thing is, right, is both those rooms are haunted quite heavily. Well, I say both
Yeah,
those
no
rooms.
Ouija
That's
board.
not a room. That is literally
You
the
call your
corner.
ghost fat.
Your
Spans
mama.
both rooms.
Well, I
Not
mean,
just because you say quite heavily.
there's like a cubbyhole / cupboard, and it's always
Cupboard
kind of
hole.
creeped us out. No, like that bit, like the darkness is literally like a cubby hole, and then that bit there is a cupboard door which goes into here.
It does look very horror-esque in your room where the light's just shining properly to just darken that one corner where you're going to see something crawl out.
You know what's going to creep
One
me
of
the
the
fuck
main
out
ones,
though? Is as soon as that fucking turns dark.
Or the door opens by itself. I was waiting on that before. It was kind of half open, and I was just like, imagine it just swings open.
Yeah, or
There's
just
no one there.
closes itself. It's
Yeah.
like the
Yeah,
ghost's
nah.
just like, nope.
Nah, if
Just
I saw
slams.
that again, I'd be out. But I've made a deal with myself. I'm not leaving this house unless I see lights flicker.
Why are you making
Why
me
is
dig
that
you?
the standard?
Okay. Since Tino's back and Stefan wants us to all watch this already.
Oh, we're ready for Fainting Goats because this is epic.
So why
Jay,
have I
I've
been
showed
made
you
big
before.
first?
It's just automatic.
Oh, fuck that sound.
It's
Are we
okay,
going to
dude.
get copyright struck from this?
It's okay.
Probably.
It's funny when there's a what?
Just fall over.
There's a fucking dog there.
What's the animal? Plain possum. That's what it is. They just play possum.
Oh my god. That
There's
one's
one where
got
they just put an umbrella up and they all just fucking flop.
It's the legs in the air.
Well, not even
That's
as if I
literally playing
pretend to be dead. How have they survived this long?
Dude,
That's
they're
the more
awesome.
domesticated.
That's funny as hell.
Man down.
I wanna see the Hadoken umbrella. I hope it's in this one. There's a few of them like that. That one's actually died. This took a turn.
For
Oh, no, it's alright.
anybody listening to our podcast, you'll have to go and check out our live stream. Go to takeitofair.com to see what we're laughing at, because we're laughing at
Yeah, or
videos
just
of goats.
Google, or just go on YouTube, type in Google, fainting goats, and yeah, you're welcome.
Let's
it's
get
hilarious.
out. Come on, buddy. Scoop.
Face planted. Why did it face planted?
I don't know. There was nothing
Yellow
right in
tape
there, so let
around
me
his
go away.
body.
Do it. Up you go. Good job.
That's not a
And
good
now
job.
He can
He got
go.
scared of nothing.
How big are his balls?
I know, I was just
Dude.
thinking that.
Stop looking at its balls.
I
It's
can't
all
help it.
built
They're
up.
like
It's got its
right
beard and
there.
everything. It's got its beard and everything as well. It is Billy Goat Growth. That would be a very
Billy Grows
different.
balls.
That would be
It's
a very
William
different
Windsor.
fairy tale.
It's William Windsor. Oh, that's a callback to a few episodes ago.
Oh, can you imagine if William? Can you imagine if William Windsor? You took him to a battlefield and just
Oh, but he
You
was
just
just
He has a gunshot and he just
no
goes.
one knew.
Kyle, I hate the fact that we went the same side.
I know.
And in sync, that was no. That's more
Just too
terrifying than
perfect.
that going dark.
Anyway, so we always have some sort of synchronicity going on in this thing.
Yeah, it is weird. It's usually me and you, to be fair.
Yeah.
Or you and Jay.
What about me?
Me and Jay's never in sync unless we're ranting about something, then we usually agree.
Right, Kyle. So why do you get us to Google lemons? I'm staring at this lemon.
Well, come on then. What's your lemon fact? Because we've given it a bit of time for you to marinate your things and everything. What
It's not
marinate your
clever.
ideas and everything. So
It's been sitting on that one. That's why I chose lemons, just so
What?
you can use that line.
Yeah,
it's actually not. It's just so I could call you guys lemons, honestly. Right. So
This
What?
Joke's on you, I'm a melon.
this caught my
Jokes
eye.
on you, you're a
because-
nut.
It's got you in a box,
fresh
Kyle.
lemon juice versus bottled lemon. How is this a thing?
I don't know.
Bottled lemon?
There's a whole fresh lemon. I haven't read it yet because I was too busy. I think
I
it's
like how they've got the stats up, like fighting stats, like wait, no, sugars. It's like, wait, arm length, all that sort of stuff for UFC, but it's potassium.
both are very low in calories and fat. Both are good sources of vitamin C and folate
Folate.
and potassium. Fresh lemon juice contains significantly more vitamin C than bottled lemon juice. Our winner, fresh lemon juice. And
I mean,
that's
was
my...
there ever a fucking question in that? The fresh stuff is always better than bottled stuff. What I want to know is who's drinking bottled lemon juice.
That's a big ass avocado.
It is.
Jesus.
So that's my random lemon fact. Fresh lemon juice beats bottled lemon juice.
My lemon fact was that they're the same shape as rugby balls.
I didn't have a lemon fact, but I had a lemon story that I found.
Go on and tell us the lemon story.
I found a lemon story. So one day in 1995, a large, heavy middle-aged man robbed 2 Pittsburgh banks in broad daylight. He didn't wear a mask or any sort of disguise, and he smiled at the surveillance cameras before walking out of each bank. Later that night, police arrested a surprised MacArthur Wheeler. When they showed him the surveillance tapes, Wheeler stared in disbelief. Apparently, Wheeler thought that rubbing lemon juice on his skin would render him invisible to videotape cameras because lemon juice is used as invisible ink. So as long as he didn't come near a heat source, he should have been completely invisible. Police concluded that Wheeler was not crazy or on drugs, just incredibly mistaken. The saga caught the eye of psychologist David Dunning at Cornell University, who enlisted his graduate student Justin Kruger to see what was going on. They reasoned that while almost everyone holds favourable views of their abilities in various social and intellectual domains, some people mistakenly assess their abilities as being much higher than they actually are. This illusion of confidence is now actually called the Dunning-Kruger effect and describes cognitive bias to inflate self-assessment. So they did some experiments. And basically, it's a whole illusion of confidence thing. So 80% of drivers rate themselves as above average. People overestimate their popularity, their cognitive abilities, their study abilities. And Charles Darwin wrote in The Descent of Man in 1871, ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. But yeah, this guy thought that because invisible ink is lemon and you can't see it, that if you rub lemon juice on your face, you're invisible. It's the ink that's invisible, not the fucking paper. If that was the case, what you'd wrote would be visible because the paper would be invisible where you'd wrote on lemon juice.
I mean, it's a good
this is
attempt.
where he's coming from.
This is better than the duct tape people that I found last season.
The duct tape.
There was somebody robbed. They literally duct taped their face.
Oh yeah.
And they got caught still with the duct tape on the face because they couldn't get it off.
Well, I found a product which is called lemon oil. It's by a company called. It's in School Essentials. Funny enough, it's by a company called.
I don't think it's essential.
doTERRA. For $16, you can get a 15 milliliter bottle, and it says the top-selling doTERRA essential oil. Lemon has multiple benefits and uses. Lemon
top selling what? Because no one else sells it.
Yeah. Lemon is a powerful cleansing agent that purifies the air and surfaces and can be used as a non-toxic cleaner throughout the home. When added to water, lemon provides a refreshing and healthy boost throughout the day. Lemon is frequently added to food to enhance the flavor. Taken internally, lemon provides cleansing and digestive benefits. When diffused, lemon has uplifting aroma. Uses: add lemon oil to a spray bottle of water to clean tables, countertops, and other surfaces. It also makes a great furniture polish. Simply add a few drops to olive oil to clean, protect, and shine wood finishes. Use a cloth soaked in lemon oil to preserve and protect your leather furniture or other leather surfaces or garments. Lemon oil is a great remedy for the early stages of tarnish on silver and other metals. Or you can diffuse it to create an uplifting environment. It's got directions for use. Yeah, directions for use. Diffusion: use 3 to 4 drops in the diffuser of your choice. Internal use: dilute 1 drop in 4 fluid ounces of liquid. Or topical use: apply 1 or 2 drops to desired area. Dilute with a carrier oil to minimize any skin sensitivity. They're basically selling it as this thing does everything. It's lemon juice. It's lemon juice in a tiny bottle.
Yeah, it's lemon juice, and they've basically listed everything the lemon's ever been used for in history.
Yeah,
also diffuser. What you do is that lemon angry, and you've got to diffuse that, or if someone's angry at you, do you just rub a lemon on them?
It's the actual diffusers.
I feel like that would make things worse.
The actual diffusers where you put water in, you put an oil in. It basically I don't know what it does, but it sort of bubbles it and causes it to. It's like a candle. It's like a fragrant candle, but it's supposed to diffuse the air and get rid of some of the moisture and all that sort of stuff, or
Or
add
diffuse the
moisture
air,
to
that's
the
not
air,
breathe.
something like that. But it's a little thing that steams up and puts nice smells around the area. Because we've got one downstairs. We've got one that we use lemongrass scent on.
You've got nice smells around your area, are you?
Apparently, this oil is kosher certified, and it comes with a caution.
What?
The caution is possible skin sensitivity. Keep out of reach of children. If you're pregnant, nursing, or under a doctor's care, consult your physician. Avoid contact with eyes, inner ears, and sensitive areas. Avoid sunlight and UV rays for at least 12 hours after applying the product, as if the lemon oil is going to burn through your skin if you go in the sun.
Oh, fucking hell.
So what? So it's sun cream.
Yes.
It's whatever wants to be. They've got wild orange as well, so it's not the
Whatever it
only one.
wants to be. It's not Superman.
But it's lemon rinds mixed with limonene, B pinene, and Y terpenine. It's just
What? Thinners? Paint thinners?
no, that's
Turpentine.
turpentine. It's terpenine.
Oh, terpenine. Oh, sorry.
I mean, you're only removing one letter. What's the difference?
I know.
I know.
It's 98% turpentine. The end's missing, and some lemon peel.
What is terpenine? Group of
Better than
isometric hydrocarbons that are classified as monoterpenes. They each have the same molecular formula and carbon framework, but differ in the position of basically used in oils.
Mm.
So yeah, it's one of those natural oils, which is used for everything under the sun.
What? So it's kind of like
I mean, cyanide's a natural substance. It doesn't mean that's good for you.
I mean, you can take it in small doses and it won't kill you.
And I'm
Well, to be
assuming
fair,
it
I'm
does
pretty sure
have uses.
bananas have a lot of cyanide.
Who was it that did that? Almonds. That's what it smells like. Almonds, because almonds have cyanide in them. Who was it that was? Well, hold on. This was a Russian person, and I can't remember which one it was. They were convinced they were going to get poisoned. They were terrified of being poisoned, so they took a little bit of pretty much every poison you can get, not enough to kill you, but a tiny bit, in varying, like slightly increasing degrees to build up an intolerance. And then when it might have just been cyanide actually, and then when they at some point they wanted to commit suicide anyway, and they fucking took what would normally kill them, like 3 people, and it didn't kill them because they were immune to it pretty much.
Yeah, because they'd already made themselves completely tolerant to
Hold on.
all poison.
That's
It
what
sounds
they
like the
do,
most
that's
Russian
cool.
thing in the world. It sounds like something a Russian king would do, like a czar or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Like, bled. Can't kill myself yet.
I mean, they poison themselves with vodka every day, so you know. Just add a little bit of cyanide to the vodka.
I mean, potatoes already include cyanide.
That's a good point.
I mean, it's micro traces, but like,
Yeah, it's like the whole thing of if you eat 100 and
hold on,
something
then.
bananas in a day, you
Yeah,
can
the
kill yourself
potassium
because of
kills you.
some potassium poisoning.
yeah.
Or like 1,000, or it's some stupid number.
I'm going for a piss.
We're nearly finished. We've got 10
I just
minutes
need a
left.
piss.
Go on
I
then.
haven't got 10 minutes left, but I need a
Mute
piss.
your mic.
Yellow tape
Oh, hold
around
on.
his body. Mute your mic, you bum.
Oh, so the thought so the dude, there was a Roman guy, Mithridates V was Mithridates VI's father, Mithridates V, was assassinated by poisoning and said to be at his mother's orders. After this, Mithridates VI's mother held regency over Pontius until a male heir came of age. Mithridates was in competition with his brother for the throne, and the mother began to favour his brother. Supposedly, during his youth, he began to suspect plots against him at his own mother's orders and was aware of a possible connection with his father's death. He then began to notice pains in his stomach during meals, suspected his mother had ordered small amounts of poison to be added to his food to slowly kill him off. With other assassination attempts, he fled in the wild. While in the wild, it said he began ingesting non-lethal amounts of poisons and mixing many into a universal remedy to make him immune to all known poisons. After his deaths, Roman physicians claimed to possess and improve the formula. And there's actually a practice now called Mithridatism, which is purposely ingesting tiny bits of poison and building up an immunity.
Quite a lot of people have done it with like spider venom and stuff like that.
Yes,
Yeah, and
it's
apparently
also the
it
one
was
that,
rumored to be how Rasputin survived his poisoning, but it's not been proven.
yeah, there's examples of it. The example that it uses is conditioning the liver to produce more of the particular enzymes that metabolize the poisons, for example, alcohol. However, this method isn't very reliable, as too much generally causes accumulation of the reduced toxicity compound that the original poison had, slowly damaging the liver. So it's basically, you can do it with alcohol. If you do little doses of alcohol, you will be able to make it so that you can drink more. It's why some people can drink loads and some people can drink a
Yeah.
little, because when you first start drinking, you're not used to it. But your body can also have too much of it and then just start killing itself. So if you do it in a certain way, you'll be able to get to the point where your body can just handle it easily, because your liver will just
So
do it, so you can't get poisoned by alcohol,
I
which sort of
want
means you might be able to get to the point where you can't get drunk.
I want to link into a shower thought with this. So, and it's a shower thought from a conversation we had earlier off camera. So, if well, apparently, I'll start where I'm going with this. So, venom, you said venom, spider venom, and stuff.
Yes.
Apparently, Burmese snake handlers do it, so they tattoo their skin with snake venom, so they build up immunity. So if they get bitten, it doesn't kill them.
Wait, so wouldn't I mean? Isn't venom UV sensitive? Like it shows up under like a UV light, like a black light.
Yeah. So it would technically be UV tattoo as well. But I don't think they've got
Which
many
people
UV lights
have
in Burma.
people have been trying to do for years, haven't they? They've been trying to find ways to do
So
glow in the dark tattoos and stuff for
Yeah.
years.
I'm going to speak about tattoos. Remember our little cannibalism thing earlier when we talked about Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yes.
Right.
This is like going to
Now,
our personal chat that no one's involved with.
yeah. So
I mean, if to be
many,
you know how human flesh tastes like pork.
Does it?
apparently, yeah. You
Wait,
say you
it's
know how? No, I
it's-
don't. But yes, I've
Kyle?
heard.
It supposedly tastes like pork.
Kyle,
And
Human flesh is
explain
supposed to taste like
yourself.
pork.
does this mean that you can feed a pig, and feed a human, and just tell them it's like pork and otherwise? And
Well, pigs will eat anything.
Literally,
Yeah, exactly.
like,
Including
if
bones.
pigs are hungry enough, they will literally eat anything. I think it takes
Yeah.
them like 3 hours to devour a
Depends
body.
on the
Yeah.
thing
but
depends on the size of it.
that's the thing of like, if
how many pigs.
That's
if
why
you
you've got to
tell-
be cautious of people with pig farms.
if you tell a human
Best way to dispose of a body
if you
because
tell
they
a
eat
human
bones out of them.
that's pork, chances are they might not be able to tell the difference.
They will know. Because some people in history have apparently been fed human and not realized. But anyway, so tattoos taste like shit is what we're getting at. Now, tattoos,
From my experience, they don't.
traditional tattoos originate from tribes. So the tattoo denotes different things. A
Well, I mean, so do these.
a lot of traditional tribes, especially in developing parts of the world, I suppose we were developed at some point, but a lot of really old tribes did, very, very few still do, practice cannibalism. So, do you think
Some of them.
that
Sorry.
they invented the someone or a couple of people invented, a couple of tribes or something, invented the tattoo, right, to or for whatever, because it shows status and stuff like that, and it means different things in different cultures, whatever. So, do you think they started doing that, and then someone realized that this tastes like shit if you've got this, and then tribes tattooed themselves so that they wouldn't be eaten by the other cannibals in that tribe, and eventually everyone had tattoos of some kind, and nobody wanted to eat anyone, so the cannibalism died out of a lot of tribes, but the tattoos still remain as a cultural thing.
One thing you've got to remember is quite a lot of scarification is based in tribes now. So I don't know if that made an impact or what, but
I get the feeling it's possible that the cannibalization just stopped once they managed to get stable food sources.
I don't think so. I'm just saying, do you not think that's mad as a theory that maybe people started tattooing themselves realizing it tastes like shit, and then eventually everyone had tattoos so no one tasted good, so cannibalism stopped? And that at least one tribe in the world, cannibalism stopped because everyone had a tattoo and tastes like shit, but the tattoo was cultural, so it stayed.
I feel like it's the storyline of a fiction novel.
I've copyrighted it. Patent pending.
It does definitely sound like a good fiction novel of the origin of tattoos, to just have something like that. And you could add in bits like how people at sea get tattoos so that they're less likely to commit cannibalism when in the throes of starvation at sea.
But then we did work out that when you get
sailors sort of popularized tattoos for like places like England and stuff. It was always sailors that got the tattoos.
Yeah, but then we did find out that it's when you get tattoo removal, a lot of people taste like a metallic iron oxide taste. Iron oxide, that metallic taste is blood, I think, from what I gather, or it's definitely the iron you taste in blood, the metallic taste. So it will be iron oxide, yeah. So the cats are destroying the room. So it would just taste like blood, which I like to taste the blood. That might be weird.
So
but,
our tip as we leave you off this week is if you are going to eat someone, turn them into black pudding first.
Yeah.
I
Or
like black
if
pudding,
you
though.
like the taste of blood, you can eat people with tattoos, but if you don't bother.
I'm not.
Well, no, that's the thing. If you want to eat something with tattoos, just turn them into black pudding. Otherwise, just have a nice pork roast.
Maybe we shouldn't endorse eating people.
Probably
Who says
not.
we're
As
endorsing
me and you
it?
seem to be openly doing right now.
Yes.
Please don't try this at home, kids.
Yeah, don't try this at home. Jay, don't try this at home. Put that on screen.
Yeah, Jay, big
We
disclaimer.
do not
covering
endorse eating of
all
other
it.
humans. We don't
Big-
endorse eating of or getting tattoos unless
I
you
mean,
want to.
I feel like Taking Off Air just needs that disclaimer permanently under the logo. Just don't try anything we say at home.
Yeah, leave it to the experts.
Do not take anything we say seriously. We try to be factual, but most of the time we possibly aren't.
Well, we're factual a lot, but we're also hypothetical a lot when we go on our little wandering mind trips,
Yes, we do go on a
which
wander.
is very often.
That's just our
Constantly.
brains in general, to be fair.
Yeah, or lack of.
I want to know if there's anybody out there whose brain can just not wander off and just consecutively, like, constantly be focused on like something factual or something scientific or something. There's no way
it's
there
definitely
isn't
not
someone-
somebody with ADHD, because we generally
It can't be anybody with a scientific mind because half of science is just theoretical. So
Kyle,
yes,
you know what I just noticed to interrupt this conversation?
what?
Is that you know how you always wanted to end exactly on a certain you always wanted to end exactly on different certain times. So for a while it was an hour and a half, then it was 2 hours and such.
Yes.
But obviously all our timers are very slightly mixed up. There was slight delays and stuff. On this new software, we all have a live timer. You're a fucking prick. We have a live timer at the top of the screen that is the same for everybody of how long the recording is, so you can
Wait, so
finally
you
time
have
it.
all just hit 157.
Yeah.
Yes, that is why I am trying to time it and to have all of this stuff pop up on screen now while we're say goodbye, so I can try and get Jay to hit 2 hours. But I know for a fact he's going to wait until 2:01 or some stupid shit just to piss me off.
I'm not that much. I am not. That
Yeah,
much.
but
of a
if he
dick.
does that, once you say
You are.
goodbye, as long as no
Yeah,
one speaks,
don't you fucking chat
then
more shit.
it's just going to be silent. so you
well,
may as
chat
well
more
edit it back.
Oh wait,
Jay,
you're
you're
not
looking
silent. I will chat more shit.
We need to get used to this reverse, Jade.
Oh,
With,
Find us on your favorite
Yeah, 'cause I need-
However, bitch.
platform.
that way.
Follow us on all our socials. You know, it's all in the description. We have a TikTok now at Taking Off Air where we post little snippets. It's fucking
Which
brilliant.
is
If you want to
Speaking of
find
which,
us, go
actually, we
to
need to follow that.
takingofair.com. If you want to go, if you want to buy
way.
from us, go to
This way.
takingofair.com/shop. You can support us by going to buy us a coffee. You can buy me a coffee.com/.
Kyle,
Taking off air.
Kyle, if we point at Tino, he can point at the links.
Wait,
You
wait.
can
yeah, Tino pointing the links.
You can
There we
also
go.
support us on Acast
that way.
by going to supporter.acast.com/Taking Off Air. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. We don't post anything. You can also join our subreddit at // Taking Off Air.
And we don't
And
give a shit what's posted the majority of the time. Just
as
don't be
always,
arseholes.
join us next week live at takingofair.com/live.
Yes, anything that you've missed, anything that you can't remember, just go to takenofair.com. It's all there. Find everything you need to know about. We're there. Holy shit, we're doing full names and the hosts. Nice.
Woo! That's
Well,
me getting Facebook friend requests off random
most-
Americans.
Mostly full names. I'm glad you've missed out my middle names.
Oh, for God's sake, no, don't.
To be honest,
Don't.
same.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. We'll be back next week, and we are planning different contents and stuff. Thank you for taking part in my experiment.
Look at
today,
him
lad,
trying to
with
quickly go for
lemons.
2 hours.
Screw you!
Thank you for joining us. Right back.
Where are you? There. Screw you.
Fuck this
Cheers.
guy.
Please end it at 1:59.99.
Screw you.
Wait, 0.99?
All right,
There's
hold
only
on.
60 seconds in a minute, you Doyle.
It would be amazing if you
no,
got it at
hold
99.
on. 1 minute 59 minutes. Oh yeah, seconds. All right, okay. I was thinking of points of a second for some reason there.
If you could hit it at
Right.
99, that would be fucking amazing because that would break the universe. That's Russian time.
It
That.
would have,
Well, that's
it
the
would
end
have
of
to
the
be
time-space continuum.
1:59.99.
It would.
If you don't know what we're on about, go to twitch.tv/Taking Affair or our Facebook. I might keep this video on Facebook. Yeah, you keep this video on
Yeah,
Facebook.
keep it on Facebook.
Why not?
We're also live on YouTube. You
See you
can check
next
us out on
week.
our YouTube at Taking Affair.
Cheers, ruined it.
Taking